Yes. Wow.
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 Unreal.
Wow. Wow.
What a show. Great show, brother. Great show.
Great shit. Bro, we held 5 the whole time.
I still hear both of them in my ear. I don't know if that matters.
We're supposed to slow it down, or
all right, there we go. How's it going, Owen?
not too bad, not too bad. Hanging in there.
Oh, look, I got a little thank you written down here on the Starbucks.
Here we go.
Thank you. Wow. That's pretty nice.
So, have you seen ARM lately?
Hot. No.
They just had news.
What is the ARM news?
Meta, one of their first customers.
One of their first customers.
Oh, something like that.
Okay.
Large cap association news. That's how I like to classify this.
Yeah. So what are we doing with it?
Well, I liked a lot of prices. I liked everything above 160s, and it's still holding up. Again, you know, the first thing I like to do right away, right off the bat, especially with intraday news, is throw up the anchor. Shout out to Mr. Brian Shannon there. And yeah, right here. So you can see that it did attempt to pull back in. It pulled back into VWAP, and now we're pushing right back on 65s. We're holding as of right now. 64.33 is that anchored. But yeah, let's see what it'll bring. I was like, oh, if this continues to blast the way it is, we're going to see 170s sooner than later. But yeah.
I'm going to get out. I have to get in and out of some positions here for you guys to see something so it does actually change up. I'm in 4 longs right now, and it's the usual suspects. I'm waiting to get some more out on Tesla right now. We got a nice little dip buy opportunity into Tesla. We were waiting for this to break. It didn't. We should have been out more at 353 there on Tesla. But yeah, Meta moving, ARM moving around.
Yeah, so yeah, no, a lot of these stickers moving, a lot of volatility that we're getting. Again, the tariff talks kind of underway. I think he's signed some things, said some things, but we don't know what specific tariffs just yet, Sean. So again, market kind of reacted. We reverted. A lot of news. We also got that new IPO that came out today.
What was that?
That's AAPL, sale.nq. That thing's moving around. I got eyes on that one as well. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have too much else. We'll see. We'll roll with it as the punches come, right?
Yeah, sale.nq. I didn't even realize that one. Okay.
That was a good one.
We were still we're underneath view up. We weren't really showing the chart here on Tesla, but we are still long Tesla. We're still long SMCI as well at $40. I mean, this is a nice trade. We're still in this trade. So it's coming up here into $43. You know, we try to do the best job we can to explain where our ins and our outs are. I'm waiting at 43. I'm waiting at 43.50 right here, but maybe even right here is fine. Let's go to 43.30. That's right here on SMCI. We'll put an offer there, get out, and then let the rest ride. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So far, so good. I might just cancel this Tesla, see if we get a little bit higher. We were actually at 354. So hopefully some of this SMCI will be able to come out soon. But the NASDAQ, yeah. Joe got excited there on the midday when we did this move. That was pretty fun. And then all of a sudden, another one and another one. But at the end of the day, we still remain higher as we keep going here on the NASDAQ. We're still actually, I'm just waiting for my positions to load up, but we are also in the TQQ, which is this NASDAQ position from the open as well. We just took a piece out there on the 50 period, and we'll let to see if this one can ride just a little bit higher. We're trying to do a better job of holding on to some of our winners a little bit more. Yeah, the position board is working. It's just I need to get out and in and out of a position. So there we go. Obi's in.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a long and a short here.
Yeah. ARM, I'm kind of dabbling in this ARM. Just seeing what it'll do if there's going to be any continuation. I know Sharif called me out for trying to have the reversion. I do like the reversion, but I think that this, again, we talk about the free float on this name, and maybe even the short float as well. I'm just going to check the short float real quick. But if I remember correctly, ARM has a little bit of a short float. Let's see if it still is of any significance here. So I'm just going to pull that up as of right now. So ARM short float is okay, 1.41. So nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy right now, but we are breaking some of these prior levels here. So I just want to pull up this chart. Look at a higher time frame here. On the weekly, you can see that we have been kind of bidding up a little bit off of this consolidation. We held this 124, 125 area, or like 123s. again, the idea is we've been making higher lows, right? Making higher lows, and now we finally get a little bit of news that gives us a push. Hasn't really broken prior week high just yet. That's what I was looking for. I was like, if this continues with the kind of strength that it's showing us, can it go into the 170s? Maybe not just yet. We went from 155s all the way to 168, so an aggressive move there, almost about, what is that? Yeah, 8.5% to the upside on that intraday catalyst. Now we're taking a little bit of a pullback here, so gonna pack my patience, as Sharif likes to say, and see what this one kind of has in store for us by the end of the day. But yeah, other than that, don't really have anything else going on. Wow, that SMCI, man, absolutely beautiful. It just only goes up.
Take a look at that. Yeah, no, I know. SMCI is just, it was a great trade yesterday. It was really on our radar again here today. It's back-to-back days. We did have a little bit of an up and down. We're just trying to break right now through 45. I think this is going to be a great trade tomorrow as well. We just posted on Twitter that we just got up and out of a little bit more of our SMCI. We waited for that 42.50. Now we wait for 43.50. Doesn't get there. We get out at 43.20, and we'll just wait to see what happens from there. All right, it's the rundown. It's my favorite bumper of the day, so let's run it.
Cool.
Welcome, everyone, to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Obi is in for Neil today, but the big kahunas are locked and loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But in order to get your tickers up there, you have to join Joe and I on the How to Trade show during the midday and get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers. But you got to be a subscriber in order to engage in the chat, so make sure you are subscribed. That is a look at the NQ. The triple Qs on the way up. Great move up today for the markets. We have the NQ over 1% now. The ES about 0.75% in the green, followed by the Dow around that 0.2% mark, and the Russell green today after a bit of a shellacking the last couple of days, up about 0.75%. Let's have a look at the first ticker, though, as decided by you guys. Tesla trying to work its way back above that $350 mark. It was a little bit higher at the top, up 4.25, guys. President Trump says provisions will be made for non-monetary tariffs such as tests on cars. Obviously, that includes Tesla and the like, so we'll have to see how this all pans out. That came to us during the midday.
All right. Thank you, Sharif. Yeah, look, I mean, the midday, it's been a little bit of a fun time here on Tesla, but it's pretty choppy since we've had this sort of release here at 1 o'clock and we wait to hear more about some of the tariffs. It was just a monster day there for Tesla. It fell in. It was very, very choppy early, and we just tried to play the same range again. You know, like I said yesterday, it doesn't matter how much was made or lost on these trades. What we're trying to do is educate you guys. And it's just a pullback here into VWAP, into the 50-period moving average. Sure, we had it here for sure, and you could have got long down here on VWAP. I'm just trying to let it settle down. Tesla did have that move up to 350. We were waiting for it to break, and that was actually the actionable spot for me. The minute we saw that break, it was like, okay, let's wait for that pullback, and that's when we got in. So there's the 50 break. Exhaustion candle right there, hard rejection back down, wait till it to fall into what's been support before, VWAP in the 50 period, and then let's run that to the high side. Really happy that we're able to discuss this live on the show as it was happening. Really happy to be able to take pretty much a significant part of this to the upside. It breaks the 50 period, we get out. Then we sat right back down here. We went to the gym, we came back, grabbed our salad, and we're like, we're buying this again. Why? Because it gave us this bottom right there. So I bought it immediately. It went up. We didn't do anything about it. We should have. Then it came back in. We bought that same level off of that low. This was like a 30 or 40 cents worth of risk. Pops up. Boom, there. VWAP, 200. Again, you saw me come back with a coffee. Honestly, I wasn't here. I was at 354 waiting for that. So I'm still waiting for a little bit higher, but now we're getting sloping down, and we've seen the way Tesla's acted into the close there. That was yesterday. The same thing happened the day before. We started to go to the downside. So I'm not sure. Essentially, I'm sitting now at 352.50 or so, right into here. Get another piece out, then hopefully the rest can go high side. Our stop is still down at this low. Tesla, we said we wouldn't say it, but it is a big stock today, so it's going to be the #1 stock for me there today. So that's what I've been doing on Tesla. It was on the radar. It's on the sticky note. I just think a name like this, Obi, and I know the names like you were looking at today, we talked about Cisco, Intel, names like that, they have to be on your radar. Like we put out the watch list. I think these are like everyday type of things. Until it gets slow, I'm going to still look at Tesla.
Yeah, I think that's very valid. We saw the strength coming in yesterday. We talked about this in the morning. A bit of an aggressive sell-off over the past week or so, where we came down all the way from just under 400. Right here, you can see prior, 2 weeks ago, at the beginning of the month, Monday, we kind of break that. We cracked that 400 level, and we've been downtrending since then. And yesterday, we get a bit of a gap up, hold of that 330 level, and a push. For the majority of the day, yeah, sure, we get a little bit of selling, aggressive selling, all the way back down into VWAP. That was a bit catalyst driven. We talked about Elon maybe being a little bit more focused on Doge and its workings, and maybe not having some time for Tesla. So definitely the market kind of selling off on that piece of news. But interestingly enough, in the after hours and the pre-market, we pretty much retraced all of that, giving us a nice opportunity for that continuation. VWAP kind of holds as buyers support on that VWAP off of the open, and then we break the opening range for a push all the way up back to 358 day high. Now we've taken a pullback, and now we're just chopping and orbiting around this VWAP as of right now. But that 350 level, Sean, we were talking about that 350 level in the morning, and I was like, yeah, if we can get above 350 and hold 350, that'll be a good look for this one. Maybe a reversion on the bigger time frame on Tesla, but for the past couple of days, a little bit of a bid.
Coinbase reporting after the bell tonight, already making an aggressive move up, guys, 7.5%. So keep your eye out on that. We already saw Robinhood report record volume for crypto trading, maybe foreshadowing what to expect with Coinbase. The market already kind of making their decision. Here's the deal. We report after the bell today. I'll get you the exact time in a minute, but the earnings call starts at 5:30. The expected move for Coinbase base plus or minus 9%. Last time, guys, we dropped aggressively over 15%. So this one has the tendency to move after earnings.
All right, I mean, I really like Coinbase, especially after Hood, but I mean, we looked at Robinhood. Is Robinhood? Oh, Robinhood's going to be on there anyways. Okay, so Robinhood gave back a little bit. We'll talk about that. It's 3 from now. Okay, so, Draftkings is on the list. I like that. All right, so we have a bunch of names here are going to be on this list. All right, join Adara, myself, and Sharif tonight as we do a big time closing show. It's one of the best recap opportunities until we have NVIDIA coming again. So it's going to be like one of the busiest days in the post market. So we're excited for that. Just double checking the calendar. And yes, that is what's going on. Yeah, so we talked about that earlier today. Right off the open, I was like, you know what? This has to be great news for Coinbase. Crypto up 700% on Robinhood. That's meant a lot for Coinbase. Obviously, it just really got going right off the jump. Coinbase 295. This was a play of mine at the beginning of the year. I liked it. I thought if crypto wanted to go, then Coinbase definitely wants to go. Good base down here at 250, 260. It's actually looking fine for the earnings report after the bell. Oh, here's my my eye appointment is calling me now, even though they've already canceled it. So we'll see. Well, we'll let them leave a message. All right. So, I mean, come on. Your business should be open. I was just out there. It's fine. It's like
it's not that bad. I think
literally
most of it was over.
My wife's been shopping, this and that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ramin saw an old man shoveling with a little shovel. So she's feeling like if he's out there.
Yeah, in front of his grocery store. So she's saying if he can do it, then.
Right, Ramin. Yeah. And as she was leaving, she pushed him over, apparently. So that was just. Okay, so right into there, 280, 286. Anyways, what I was getting about, because you guys want to talk about it after the bell. Look, I think it's all pointing in the right direction. Crypto's been holding this low 90 area. You're now above the 50-period moving average. We just based out down here at 270. I don't know what they're going to say, obviously, but with more and more ETFs on the rise and coming through, they seem to be getting approved. And with Trump in there, I don't think there's going to be too much opposition to any sort of, Ripple ETF or Solana as they keep coming more and more popular. And then we still have, of course, more and more talk about what's going to happen with the reserve. And if that's more talk, then, where's the custodial? Is that going to be Coinbase? The more talk about crypto, the better it is for Coinbase. So for me, There you go. I think Coinbase is going to be a good one. I like it. I think up into here is reasonable. I'm not sure what the implied move is. Adara is working like crazy to get this all done. We'll double check it, but I'll just wait. I think 320 to 325 up into here is a decent move, right? That's only 10%. So I think that can get back into there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see all-time highs tomorrow on Coinbase. Yeah. Or at least this recent high. I don't know if that's all-time high, over 350.
Yeah, no, I definitely like that. Right away, I pulled up the hourly. And yeah, if we get a break of this range, we've been in this range for majority of the year and since about November as well. And yeah, that November, the high since that November has been that 350 mark, Sean. So 349.75 I have as the high, which was made in and around, I guess, the first week of December. Right here, you can see we have a top around December 5th and around December 6th as well. So 5th and 6th, you kind of make a little bit of a double topping high at that 350. But yeah, with earnings on the horizon, we've been kind of bidding up going into it. Earnings again after hours today. If we do gap up above this 300, this coin is going to be definitely a little bit of a good look there. We kind of observe what's happening with some of these gappers, whether they are gapping up or down. It can give us a bit of a directional move off of the open. So definitely one to watch. On the day today, again, very strong. It's about to push day highs right there, a bit of a V shape after a strong pullback after the morning run up, and it would seem like buyers are still in charge from yesterday on Coinbase. So one to watch out for. Maybe we get that 300 before the close even.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
All right, guys, Draftkings, another one reporting after the bell today. The market is expecting $1.43 billion in revenue, up from last year, $1.23 billion. So we'll have to see exactly how they do. The expected move here, large. I think we're expecting 8.4% last time. It was kind of subdued. It was about 3% to the upside last time for Draftkings earnings. And by the way, the earnings call, not after the bell today, bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Yeah, you just beat me to it. I had it up right here. I didn't realize you had to go to the second page here for DraftKings. It's only $22.9 billion. Wrong screen, Ramin, wrong screen. Ramin, there it is. So it's only 22.9 billion market cap there. Right beside TELUS, right here in Canada. TELUS and DraftKings, which company would you rather own? I'd rather own Twilio, which is right down here as well. Their aftermarket closed today. Oh boy, Obi.
Oh boy.
It's going to be, wow, Twilio. You guys want to talk about DraftKings and not Twilio? Okay. All right. So Tesla, $4. And this was off Sharif. Like we were talking, Sharif was asking me, what am I trading? We told him, all right, well, I thought I was waiting here at 52.50. Okay, I gotta get over here at 52.50, make sure that we get a piece out. Oh no, I'm still at that 54. Okay. All right. Hopefully we get it. I just put it at 45. Maybe we'll get that fill. Okay. So DraftKings right now that would be $4. So look, I like DraftKings here. I mean, I was just looking at it on the bigger time frame. It's just had a monster move. Like, I don't know what was going on there. I mean, we are now over. Trump is welcoming back Russia into the G7. So, okay. All right. So there it is. He declared war against another country. That doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. Right there, 42. Nice upside move there through 47. Yeah. I mean, it's working. I feel bad not being in this name. Again, I get worried about buying things like this when we're up that high, way away from the 50-period moving average. But DraftKings has been doing that for a while. It's just, again, look at the pullbacks, right? It looks like it's prone for pullback again. We'll see what was up. That was a bad Super Bowl, but that doesn't matter. People are betting it anyways. So I like DraftKings here. I think whenever you can take advantage, I mean, gambling is an addiction, and now you get to invest in it. So whether or not that's something that you favor, I know some people don't like it for that reason, which is why I bring it up, not as a joke, but it's just, it's probably under-owned, and it's going to work, and it is working. DraftKings, I mean, I like the stock. I just think it's overextended right now. Yeah. But again, like, to take something from Neil there, he says there's no such thing as a bad earnings or bad earnings report, just the way that trades off of it. We'll see about what happens with DraftKings. I mean, how good do they have to be here to justify this move of 15% in 3 days? So we'll see what happens with DKNG, but I'm nervous.
Yeah, I think it's definitely running for it there. Again, another ticker that has earnings tonight, and we can see a little bit of volume and that push over the past few weeks. So since the beginning, it would seem since the beginning of the year, actually, this is the first week of January, these lows were made down in the 36s. This is a 3-hour chart right here. So we're breaking out of this 45.80, which was a post-earnings highs in the beginning of December. And then we haven't seen some of these prices since April 2024 on Draftkings. Next stop, 47, and the prior high before that, just shy of the $50 level, coming in at 49.70 on Draftkings. Can we make it above? Can we gap above this this prior high here on Draftkings? I think it's well within range. We'll go up to the weekly right here just to make sure we know what the rest of the chart looks like. 74.38 all-time highs there on Draftkings right there with a 65. So you can see a little bit of a head and shoulder before we pretty much sell off aggressively, and that happened 2021 to 2022. But yeah, a bit of a failure to follow through type of pattern, the head and shoulders there. And let's see if we head towards there. If we can hold above 50 on tonight's earnings report, Sean, I think we're definitely poised for a little bit of expansion coming in tomorrow. So we'll see. But currently, right now, just like the one before, like Coinbase is kind of running up into its earnings. So it should be interesting.
Big report today for Robinhood. You can see that move there. We're 12.5%, still in the green, off the highs though. Yeah, they reported quite nicely here. They had $1 EPS. The street was looking for 43 pennies, so an easy beat there on revenue of over $1 billion. That's a 115% increase year over year, guys. Great look today for Robinhood.
This is funny. I really love this chat. What's up to Derek? What's up to Vizbot? Sean, you are declaring war today on these stocks. But don't worry, you can still be in the G7, I guess, too. Yeah, no, Trump, in my ear, was just that he would like to have them back in. I don't think it's just like stamp they're back in there. Right now, can Peloton break out? App loving. Okay, there it is. The best chat in the world. I agree, and it's part of having Bears versus Bulls there. And so thanks to the moderator. He'll keep you guys in check, that is for sure. So thank you to Bears on that one. All right, so Robinhood, great. We talked a little bit about Coinbase and what we thought that was doing. Sharif just dropped some of the numbers. Just great, right? I mean, you have to be happy as a Robinhood investor. It's a triple up since November. But again, like this reminding me of Draftkings again, where, I mean, Draftkings was choppy. This has really rode up the 50-period moving average. But like if I would have looked at this stock yesterday, I would have said, look, man, we're well away from the 50-period moving average. Is it really going to beat? You know, but again, nice move up. I don't like, it's not the best looking chart, I don't think, but it's also looks fine to me. Like, I think you can continue to support it. I don't ever like buying things like this. You just talked about its adjusted highs and all that kind of stuff with Draftkings. Like Robinhood, we pulled it back. There's still a ways to go, but at the end of the day, it's breaking out right now. And I would like pullbacks into the 50s. I don't know if we get it. So let's just talk about maybe swing trades. And that would be, honestly, like, if we sort of zoom back out a little bit right here. So it's kind of that same level, 57, 58. But if you're already in it, then why not just watch for this 61? If it's going to be a strong name and Coin's going to beat again tonight, let's just say, that could also help lift up Robinhood. So Coinbase could come in, obviously confirm what we've already heard from Robinhood, then it's upside. But this is the kicker for Robinhood, right? We already have baked in here 12% today. Their numbers are already done. So flip it on the other side. What if Coinbase doesn't give a great, I don't even know if Coinbase guides, but what if they guide a little lower for some reason? Yeah. Then I could see Robinhood saying, well, wait a second, you know, if crypto trading for some reason is southbound, which it's definitely not, but let's just say there's always that like unexpected event. Then I could see Robinhood giving it back up, which is why I think it's important tonight that if you're long this name, that you have a stop order in and around $61. So again, I really like Robinhood. It's a great story. Congratulations to anybody that's long that one. It's a 3 times play since 3 or 4 months ago. So Robinhood continues to win. I like it better than SoFi, and it's actually one of the better financial names performance this year. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely crazy earnings report. There, again, estimated on EPS was 0.4, and we got what, over 140% there on the report. So yeah, pretty strong and strong action nonetheless as well, bidding up from a price of 56 just prior to the earnings report. That was in and around yesterday's close. We go up to 66s, so almost a 10-point run up all the way from 55 to 66s, giving us about 18.5%. So coming in off of the open, I was watching this ticker right here. We did hold these pre-market lows, so that was a bit of a miss for me. We lick grab the pre-market lows, and we get that drive, breaking that downtrend we were looking at earlier as well right here. So we were like, okay, so bit of a downtrend happening on Hood off of these highs here, and you can see after we grab the pre-market lows, we break this pre-market trend as well, giving us a push towards some of these reaction highs right there. Couldn't quite get there, as the day high currently is 66.15, so only got about 5 pennies away from last night's reaction high off of the earnings report, and then we pretty much sold, gave it all back, and then now we're just chopping sideways within the opening range there. But that opening drive trade, absolutely solid on that one there. Got that reversion as well. If you kind of observe that, okay, well, we only got up 5 pennies into the high, and then just failed all the way back down, kind of breaking the trend, breaking the momentum off of the opening drive. We've just been trading sideways since. But you know what, Sean? I like to keep an eye on these ones because we see earnings, you get that leg up, maybe day one, maybe day two, you get that consolidation, and then on day 3 or 4, then we're getting that continuation. We saw that happen on Palantir as well. So I think Robinhood, not yet. I'm not going to take it off my watch list just yet, but definitely one to keep on watch.
True.
Throw in Ob. Get it, Ob. All right, guys. SMCI looking to raise money today. They priced their private placement at around $700 million with a convertible note there of 2.25%. They also did amend another offering that they had due in 2029 for about $1.725 billion. If you're involved in that, have a look at the new terms. They did amend them.
Yeah, quickly here on SMCI. Thanks, Sharif. Yeah, so big move up, man. Up 8% today. It's going to be a big stock. We had traded that break there of sort of $40. It fell back in. We actually missed it. We pretty much played the same kind of a play there as we did on Tesla, where we let it break, it fell back in, then we bought the dip, and the rest is history. Nice move to the upside there for SMCI. Just continue to go. We had said it. Adair brought it to us. Said there was really no story. It's a momentum play. It's volume. It was social media. It was picking up some volume there. So I was like, okay, I mean, who knows? And let's take a shot. Basically, so that's what we did. Look at it, ride the 50-period moving average. We got a really nice email in today talking about the format of the show and everything, and they really like the educational aspect of it, and it was really nice about you guys too on the midday show there, Sharif. Obviously, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was just talking about how really likes the understanding of how Neil explains, the positions and where they're getting out, where they're getting in. Obviously, as we say, the style is the style, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to trade you. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the 50-period moving average. I didn't buy it all the way up, but look, it's worked this whole way. So that's been good. I have one last piece. We just got a piece out there at the day's high of $43. That was just as we came back live, as you guys know. And then now I'm using the 200 period. So this goes back to that discussion that I just had. Educating, right? I mean, if we break the 200 period, I generally will use that as a momentum changer. I would think about going short here if it breaks that. Only problem is market up 1%, this up 8%. Not going short SMCI today, but I will get out if that breaks. Yesterday on Tesla, let me just before I go over here. Like, I'm only right now, people are going to unfollow. I'm only 9 away from 50,000. All right, so yesterday, watch this move on Tesla. Where was it? We had the huge move up yesterday. Oh, I might not have put it in. I didn't put it in. Okay, anyways, what I'm trying to look for is that we had that bad story yesterday from Tesla. Let me just call it up. And I just don't know what's about to happen. So Trump is saying anything right now. Right here, this is what we're getting at. We had this whole long yesterday in Tesla. And then that was the 200 period break right there. We got out on that break. And then this happened. So we were long riding it all the way up. Look at the 50 period. It looks like SMCI, right? Then all of a sudden, whoosh, to the downside. So again, Appreciate the feedback and everything, but this is like what's going through my mind when I'm talking about trades, and that is that if I don't use the 50 period or the 200 period as an out, look at it, riding the 50 just like Tesla did, then all of a sudden, whoosh. And again, yesterday was Tesla because of Doge and just Elon's commitment to that. And today it could be anything, chip-related, China-related, anything. So my stop right now, and it'd still be $3, it'd still be a $2 winner if we do break that 42.20 area. We are out of SMCI. Did you trade SMCI today?
No,
you were in
I did not, yeah. But some solid action there today. And yeah, holding that trend from this initial pullback from 11 o'clock. You can see that we did come in off of the open, kind of attempting to push that $40 area, didn't quite make it, pulls back into 37s, but you can see here, pulls right back into earnings day one range. So yesterday, or couple nights ago, Tuesday evening, we had the earnings report come out. Yesterday was day one earnings, and we pretty much sold off of those highs yesterday. But yeah, catching a little bit of a bid again. And this little pullback is interesting to me, Sean, because this is where we really start to trend. So because of that, I kind of drew in a bit of a trend line here off of this little pullback. And then you can see that we've been holding that trend until just about now as we kind of fail to follow through with the trend and break back below a little bit here. I don't know if we're going to get all the way down to VWAP at 41s, but with the break of trend, I always want to look for to see if buyers are just slowing down. Do we get some trend deceleration? Are we still going to tick up into the close? I have no idea. Yesterday's intraday high coming in just above 43.50s. Let's see what that is specifically. 43.62 is prior day high, and then pre-market high from yesterday, 44.49. So we're not quite there just yet. We're taking a little bit of a pullback, breaking this trend that we've been holding for over 3 hours on SMCI. So should be interesting. Bit of a reversion of yesterday's day one move, though. That's what it seems like here. But markets are holding up quite well since we had that flush off of the tariff news there. We kind of recovered, reclaimed it. We were talking about that 21.9 earlier on in the morning. Right now, we're holding below 2,200 and between that 21,900 as well on SMCI. So we're going to keep an eye on that one right after we get back from Madeira.
Keep an eye here in U.S. Steel making some pretty volatile moves. The ticker for this one is X. Trump said that he's going to be meeting with U.S. Steel as we have some more companies investing in the industry, and he says that steel tariffs have strengthened U.S. Steel, but he also declined to comment on mediating with regards to Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel. Last week, if you remember, he basically stood by his decision that he said he's not really inclined to let the deal go through. Then about a minute after that news came out, we actually had CBS reporting that he's considering allowing the deal to go through. A lot of uncertainty here, but regardless, he's not really commented on the matter. X pushing a little bit further here, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, some of these steel names definitely.
Just to Bears versus Bulls and everybody in the chat, maybe you could make something or just have it for your own reference. I just put it in there. So people are asking about what my lines were, so I just wrote them in there, Bears versus Bulls. So you can maybe make a note, or I don't know how we can do that, because we always do get those questions. But there it is. It's a 50 period. SMA is the pink line, and this is all on a 1 minute chart. So this main chart is 1 minute. It's the same for every chart. It's just this is a 1 minute. You should be able to see it up here, like it says 1 min. I know our charts need a little bit of work on all of that, because these charts were built for the prop trading. Oh, we have 1,500 votes. Anyways, so thank you for that question there. It's now in the chat. VWAP is what we use, or what I use there. That's this blue line. And then the green is the 200 period moving average. But look at this, Big Bear AI. Here we go. This is going to be for everybody. This actually works. Hold on a second. This. There you go. Do something. All right, so let's wait to see if it kind of works. Sometimes it works, Obi.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, so what we're looking at right now, and it's kind of right on point here. This is Big Bear AI this morning. Look, man, I'm going to be here for you guys and try to trade this as much as we can if I see an opportunity. I'm not just going to throw money at something. I don't, and again, we talk about it, everyone trades their own thing, but I just don't want to like throw away some trade ideas that we've had very successfully against something that might not work early. So that was Big Bear, but I don't mind it right now. It's now had a minute to breathe here, Big Bear, and it's looking like it wants to take VWAP. So I think that's fine. Obviously down there is great. I don't know why you would have bought down there except for that break to the upside. So I think 920 would be really great. We're kind of consolidating there, break higher into VWAP. So let's see if we take VWAP. And we have news from Adair. We're going to go there in 1 second. I'm just going to not trade the VWAP break. I'm going to trade this break, 980. I want to see it take out here, 975, then take 980. I'm not going to just keep on ranching up here, but I wanted to break this 980. Then we use VWAP or these lines down here as our outs. So that's what I'm waiting for with Big Bear AI. Let's play the momentum. It's flat to down on the day. So there's a lot of movement happening, hopefully, in BBAI. All right, I believe that was a call for Miss A.
Keep an eye here on X. I have more details here in the comments that Trump made about U.S. steel. Basically, he was asked if he would mediate with Nippon Steel, and what he said was that his steel tariffs have given U.S. Steel more power. So not really an answer, but suggesting that he's not necessarily leaning in favor of allowing Nippon Steel to acquire U.S. Steel. Again, that's not super surprising. That's pretty much been his stance throughout. Back to you.
Yeah, a bit of a move here on X right away. On that news, I kind of pulled up Cleveland Cliffs, but it's like that's more tariff related. This is more directly related to X itself.
Yeah, like he's literally mentioning the company, which is wild stuff. Like Joe Biden never. I never heard. Like I don't know. I mean. Like Joe Biden was asked for comment on this many times, and so was Kamala Harris and all that. And like all of a sudden, it's just like Trump is here, and it's just like U.S. Steel, this and that. It's like all these names. So we really want to thank Adara for all that. I mean, it's been busy times for all of us, and thank you to Adara for staying on top of everything and preparing the notes and all that. Go follow at Trader TV Research. We've had some pretty hot infographics up there recently, so that's been pretty hot. All right, so X to the downside right now. Well, I mean, I can look at it. I don't think it's non-tradable. You did just break their 38.50. There is some volume coming through. It's not like super exciting yet. It's just a sort of a drip down. I feel that it's not the right time to trade this name. You don't want to trade it while it's literally being discussed. Like at any point, this could halt one way or the other. So I'm not too interested in it. I feel like maybe if you wanted to dabble with a few shares and sort of say, hey, I think it's going to bounce off of here, or you have a good understanding, or you're even watching. We're hosting the show. So if you are like Adair and maybe you're watching Trump and have it right there, then fine. But for me, to put stop orders in here and get like waxed one way or the other when something happens, it's not for me. But just to look at it for everybody else, that 39.50 looks great. I would short that. This garbage again on news. I don't expect it to get to that 41 again. If you shorted 39.50, I think you have a pretty clear way downside for X, right? There's a lot of room down here and not much up here. So let's just wait to see what happens for this name. Looks like a decent short opportunity, but with this kind of talk, as you just mentioned too, Obi, I ain't sure. All right, we're now four and change in the money. We took that out there, getting nervous that maybe it wasn't going to break through this 52 area, but it did. So my next offer here, we've canceled our 53 or else we'd be filled, and now we're going to 54. So we are just starting to ramp up again. Tesla is just stacks on stacks on stacks today. It is what it is. I mean, it's been a moneymaker for me this whole week, and today we stick with it. We get right back in it, and there it is again. So really happy with this trade. Hit it early off VWAP, hit it late again. And yeah, like, why not? This man was at the White House. We've talked about bad sales there in Europe. We talked about, unfortunately, some crazy things happening at the Berlin plant and all that due to some of the stuff that Trump was doing about, well, we all know some of the actions of Elon Musk and how he was about Germany and all that kind of stuff. I think it's overblown, obviously. But, sales in Europe have been going to the downside. That was a month ago, so I don't think any of that's been hitting it. But I just wondered about his political ties and affiliations here. How's that hurt the stock a little bit more than it needed to be? Tesla's just got real hit down, and now it's on 2-day recovery back there to the upside. As I just believe Waymo, like they're going to talk about their I keep thinking Cybertrucks, and I just said Waymo. Their taxi service there, their robo-taxi. And I think that's going to be positive talk. And I believe that's scheduled either at the end of this month or next month when they're going to release something. I think it's going to be very similar to Waymo, and then we'll see what goes on there. Google actually laughed off Waymo a little bit because it's such a small piece of their balance sheet and of their revenues. So I'm not sure where that's going to be for Tesla and if that's going to be quick adoption or not.
Yeah.
But again, developing an app, we are obviously a society of technology. And if the app is easy to use and the price comes in right, then, we'll see it in Austin, I assume, and then we'll see it in San Fran and then maybe elsewhere, right? So as it starts to roll out. Waymo, I think, just went to Miami.
Yeah.
That actually had a negative effect on Tesla. But again, I think it's proof of concept. There could be more than one player that winds up working, right? I mean, Huawei was getting crushed. Apple was huge in China. Now all of a sudden Huawei's there. Right. Apple, I think, is number 6 or something in China right now, right? So it's like the mighty, which would be Tesla, can fall. But at the same time, I believe there's space for more than one robo-taxi company. And I think Tesla, Uber, Waymo, Lyft, all that. I think Lyft could be a company worth looking into for the acquiring. Could be acquired.
Yeah.
Lyft for their technology as well. So we'll wait to see what happens for that. SPY up, Bitcoin down. Yeah, 95,000 right now. I think Bitcoin's been pretty mild right now. Yeah. All right, so we did get stopped out, SMCI. All right, so it kind of sucks where we got stopped out, obviously, breaking that 200 period. It's going to look like it just happened right now. So it's going to look bad because we get that move down. But again, it was 1% left. Or maybe it was 5% left. We had talked about it wasn't huge. Whatever it was, we got half out there, boosh, downside. I believe each one of these is 10%. So I think we had 5% left. And then that was it to the downside because we still held 10% till the end. There's 9 outs here. Held 10%, got out of 5 there, which was great at the highs. Then we had to suffer that fate to the downside. Tesla. All right, so we had got out a piece there. We're still looking for higher on this name, but let's move forward and try to find more trades. Palantir is my only losing stock today. Well, Big Bear AI, we talked about that, but Palantir, we really got sloppy with it. It broke that high. We said we really wouldn't play any high breaks. It does break the high. We didn't take a huge position, but then it fell back into pre-market levels right there, and we took that level right there on the pre and just didn't hold. Fell back in, then we did that. This is basically the exact same trade that won for us on Tesla, right? And then it doesn't hold again, get dropped out, buy it back, make a little bit of money, get dropped out again. So, like Kanye, we are releasing the college dropout.
Nice.
And we dropped out of Palantir, but we're not supposed to talk. Kanye not proper right now.
No, he's
a little unhinged.
Yeah, he's going through some things apparently. Yeah, you want to see something cool, Sean? Take a look. So we had a new IPO today.
Right.
Look at Buddy on the bid over here at 22.90. That's almost 18,000 lots holding on the bid on this new IPO. That's
1.8 million shares.
That's yeah, exactly. So it's like that's a level hold as well. Right off of the open, we hold that 22.90 as well. We're coming right back in. So there is a bit of a held bid here on this ticker, on this IPO.
How many do you see?
I see about 18, just shy of 18. Is that how many you have? Yeah, exactly. So just shy of 18 on the book, sitting at 22.90 on scale.nq. I want to know who the underwriters are, because I think somebody might be defending that level. It would seem so. That's a lot of size to hold.
Oh gosh, that's the IPO level?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I gotta look into this. I'll check
I'm going
their filings right now just to take a quick check. You know what? Let's do this. Let's actually do this together. So we'll go.
Dude, I just punch long. I don't even care what the stock is.
Anchor S1. So right here. So sale point right here. So we can see right away who their underwriters are. Right here, Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, the top underwriters. And then if you want to see more about the company, so you want to look for their S1 filing there. So all I did was sale Edgar S1, and Edgar is the SEC.gov, the website for the filings. And so that's the IPO. If you want more information, their filing is right there for you to take a look at. But a little bit of an interesting bid here happening at 22.90. So that's what I'm watching right now.
Just punch long.
Yeah, on top of the thing, you said just punch long.
As soon as you brought it,
very fair. Yeah.
No, just come over to my screen. I just punch long.
Yeah.
I'm basically using whatever shares and I'm punching long. This is the one of the most obvious trades you're ever going to see here. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I don't need to, it's almost 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Like,
you can just risk against that size.
Right.
Right.
So, look, there's going to be slippage. When that size leaves, there's a problem.
There's a bit of a slip.
This is going to be a little bit of a problem. So this is why I'm saying you don't necessarily want to use a maximum amount of shares or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to throw around 500 shares, 1,000 shares, something like that, just trying to get, what I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying that as a share size is because, like, I was just going to say, like, if you could take on this 5 pennies on it, which is $50, then I think that it's just worth it. Put some gas in your tank and get home safe, Like, I don't think it's that hard of a trade, especially when it's already done this.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just hanging out telling you it's not capable of this.
No.
So all it takes is somebody to say, they phone up Morgan Stanley or the underwriters, as you said, Goldman and Morgan, I think it was, and says, you know what, we're not long enough today. This IPO is not going the way we thought. We need to get some more shares. Then all of a sudden this, half of this gets marketed in here or something like that, or it just starts to ramp up. You're going to see this thing go. And if it breaks, I'm already crossing down into 70. So if it breaks,
it'll have a nice.
Yeah, like on a 22.89, the minute 22.89 hits on the time and sales, then I'm flashing out of this at basically a marketable price. But I don't want to market it down completely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get 22 even.
Yeah.
But this could be a problem, Obi, if it breaks. So that's what I wanted to say. That's why I preface by saying it's the easiest, most obvious trade because it's very defined and we have reasons to believe that it's going to hold it. It's the IPO price, and somebody has to come in, like, they either remove this bid, which is a problem, obviously, if it disappears, or it gets filled. It's not getting filled, I don't think. So someone would have...
We're going to see it getting filled, hopefully. We're going to see that bid decrement.
I might not even watch. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll just have it up on another screen over here because I'm not going to sit here and watch this. This is like paint drying. Yeah. So I'm waiting right now at O's. Okay, I mean, it might break right now. So anyways, what I wanted to get at here about the show was we did get that comment about learning and looking at things. This is a very, very unique situation where you have now, which nobody will show it to you, right? You can watch CNBS or any of those shows, and they'll just talk about like, oh, okay, I better get ready to hit this out actually before I get carried away. They'll talk about sale and they'll show it to you much after the fact. But right now, so this now it becomes an issue, right? So like I said, if you have that 500 shares or 1,000 shares or whatever you have right now, this is a 2-cent hit if you want to take it out, if you're getting nervous that this may break. But there it is right there. We're watching it. Look at the velocity here on the time and sales. I'm watching it right here. There it goes. Yes, nice move. So now, okay, good. So there it comes back 91, 92. So basically they saw that. They ran away from it. I think it might be just a better scalp maybe. I don't like, why isn't it not running away from that size? At the end of the day, there's way more shares here than what it's showing as well. Yeah. So like the same person could be buying 91s, 1 million shares, and selling 93, 1 million shares, and putting 20 grand in their pocket. Like those are things that actually happen in the market. So hopefully you guys can see all that, and we'll move off of it for now. But all right, futures right now, 200. It's funny because remember Joe was excited that we had a 40 handle drop. Yeah. This is 200 handles in the money right now, 225 handles right now on the Qs in the money as we approach day's high right there. And then Tesla as well trying to go. And then NVIDIA, I'm holding out for this 136, man. I mean, these are these positions that we have from the open still down here. Nicely done to the upside. Small piece left. All right, I'm going to have to just keep on. Now I'm getting a little bit antsy about this sale here. So I have a routing key set up. So you know what I think is going to happen to me on this? I know this part's a little bit boring. I admit it, guys, but I mean, this is trading and whatever. So we have a lot of traders that watch from other prop firms and this and that, right? So this is something that there's going to be a lot of traders watching. We're going to get back to it. The market's right there on my screen. Bottom left, you can see Bitcoin and the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has moved about 3 handles in the last 15 minutes. So if there's a chance that this breaks, Obi, I'm going to route out. Like you could aim for NASDAQ if you want to right there. So we have the ability to set our NASDAQ routing just to hit right after that level. But I'm actually, okay, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That got spicy there. Like there was a lot of prints there at O's. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I'm
just watching that side.
Right,
like,
heart is fine, but right now we are, okay. So everything's getting, I might just punch out now. Yeah. Honestly.
Question is, do you flip?
I didn't pay for shorts. The answer is no. But yes, the answer is yes on that. I would think that if this breaks, oh boy, Obi, I might punch out, pay for shorts, then punch back in.
That's a large bid. That's probably one of the largest ones I've almost
ever seen, like in the live market. You're probably right. This is, me and Neil will tell stories about, so when Facebook IPO.
We literally were talking about this last week.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I was like, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, on live on the show?
Yeah.
You just talked about
Neil talked about it.
But with you?
Well, I wasn't on the show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say I was sitting over there. But,
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on Facebook it was like 3 times that size. I thought we had 3s there, 38, something like that. Okay, so there's the hold. All right, let's get off of it now. We'll look to something else. I mean, I agree it is kind of boring to some.
I mean, I don't think well, maybe it's definitely possible. All it takes is one participant. Someone can definitely whack all of that size on the bid. Yeah. But realistically, you'd probably see a decrement, right? Right now I have about 15, 16.
But it wiped everything out. It wiped everything out but NASDAQ there. I don't know if you saw
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, that's what got me scared.
So
everything
was wiped and then reloaded?
Yeah. Everything wiped and reloaded. It didn't wipe NASDAQ.
Okay, yeah, that's
everything other than
NASDAQ.
So someone sent a routing key at that thing for like probably a couple 100,000 shares.
Yeah.
And NASDAQ took it and the rest routed everywhere else.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, you could see that we are, excited and we're traders and this is how we trade. So yeah, that was an exciting level there. So I'm glad that we're able to talk about it. Something new on the show as we'll keep on going now. Okay, I did want to look at AMD because some of this market is starting to rally upside right now in the market, but some of these chip names continue to be a problem. Look, we had AMD long at 111 earlier today. It was off the sticky note. It was a fantastic trade. It goes up to 114.50 and we actually top ticked it. Don't know how we did that. Oh, wow. It just went to 95. Someone just wiped it higher there to 95 and it came right back. Yeah. Oh boy, Obi. I don't know if
things are getting a little competitive. Things are getting a little.
All right, you take it. Did you pay for shorts already? I'm going to go in and pay for shorts right now and tell everybody how expensive it is. But
I mean,
go over to Obi's screen and maybe he could talk about something else.
I think ideally, what I'd want to see is that size start to maybe move, like step either up or down. That would be up ideally.
If it moves down, that's a problem.
If it moves down, then oh boy.
But the guy doesn't want it at 90. He wants it at 88.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't want to buy at 90, how's some buying at 89?
Right.
So still kind of sitting on this arm. Might be going a little numb. But let's see how much further it can hold on the bid here. We've been kind of holding this 162 area-ish. On the lows here. Since we've had that news, we've been consolidating. We did pull back aggressively. I did aggressively get long into the 168s, got out a lot there and kind of starting to accumulate a little bit here on this level hold of that 162 here on ARM. But yeah, I got a somebody I think it was AK in the chat was asking for me to check out Trade Desk. So we can take a look at TTD here. Again, earnings day 1 today. This was another one missed opportunity on my part, looking for that continuation on the day. You can see that it was SSR as it dropped down over 25% on the earnings reaction, and then we started opening up at about 30% down. So I'm like, all right, well, the SSR mechanic is definitely on this ticker, but we kind of talk about this. When you go to a higher time frame on tickers like this, you can see that this is a weekly chart. We've only been bidding up since prior August. So August 5th, we were at these prices, and then we started bidding up all the way into the first week of December. We've been trending down into earnings, and then all of a sudden, you get an earnings report that pretty much quadruples you all the way back down to some of these August levels here. So I really like that. And off of the open, I'd like to look for selling pressure, right? Look for that continuation. Yeah, sure, it's on an SSR mechanic. You cannot hit the bid if you don't have inventory. So therefore, I'm looking for people hitting the bid because it's telling me that people who are selling have inventory. It's longs who are selling, right? So off of the open, this is aggressively sold off. You can see right here, this is a 3-minute chart. It doesn't even catch a bid off of the open. flushes all the way down for another flush of, well, we can take it from 927. That's where the selling kind of started to happen there. But a 4% drop going into and through the open there, a little bit of a sideways chop since then after we hit the low of 82, what is this, 82.40s, 82 halves, 82.30s as well, but we've been kind of trickling down since then. But this was interesting to me, AK, where I was like, all right, well, the sellers are clearly on board here. VWAP, it can't even get through VWAP. That's that blue line here. And then we get that nice trend up. We get an attempt. Actual price gets above VWAP and gets slapped right back down for a hold of that VWAP level right here. And then we start to trend cleanly to the downside, breaking that initial morning session low as well for a fresh low day at 80.66. Since then, we've broken that trend and we're taking a little bit of a reversion. I don't know if we're going to get back up to VWAP. That's sitting right there at 83.20s here on my chart. But yeah, we shall see what Trade Desk will have for us. But again, if it's going to be a continuation, I'm going to be looking for it to stay weak into the close and maybe look for multiple days worth of action on the trade desk here off of a really I guess negatively taken earnings report. What's up, Adara?
Keep an eye here on these defense names. RTX, LMT, both pretty weak here. From what I'm seeing, the sell-off began here when Trump said that the Pentagon spending could be halved. So now apparently we know that the Department of Government Efficiency is trying to cut back on spending. So apparently defense or Pentagon spending on watch here. We're noting Palantir, frequently considered to be a defense play, is not super reacting to this, kind of continuing to push higher here, guys. So some of those more traditional quote-unquote defense names like LMT and RTX on watch. Back to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Palantir only reacts one way to news.
Stocks only go up.
Upside.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just playing around. All right, so I just want to talk about this. So I got out of half at 92 just as it was sitting there because I, understand that it's making for boring show because if I just sit here and do this, and then B, also just for myself, I will become obsessed with watching this. So, okay, see what I'm saying? Like, it just looks like it wanted to break there again. See, this is what I'm talking about, Obi. Every single thing, as I point to the screen, see what I mean? It's like I'm getting obsessed with it. Every single one of these is wiped right now.
Yeah.
These are just like, they're just whatever, sitting there waiting to get filled as everybody starts to attack this NASDAQ. So as these orders come in, you see those are ARCAs with Ps. Oh, shit. Okay, there it is. Okay, we're out.
Boom.
Ooh, okay. No damage done. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, so I did not pay for shorts, and the reason why it's going to look silly right now, it was 11 cents per share. Yep. So when I put in the request there for, I got to up this. When I put in the request there for 1,000 shares, it was $111. So I was just like, I didn't. If it didn't break. Okay, so this is why we do the show, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
look at that
I tried to get the shorts. I didn't want to pay the $100. It's looking a little foolish now. There's more size right there at 50. But this is what the show's all about. Like I said, I started the show here talking about how we got some nice emails about how they appreciate the education and all that of the show. Well, we just flat out right there, I'm hoping, showed everybody something that they've maybe never seen before. And that was an IPO that opened up, that sat there with 1.8 million shares, sat on the bid, and was taking them. I just described it's almost clippable. This is almost evergreen content, actually. As we sat there and we looked and we told you there's dark pools there that are iceberged orders. I was showing you ARCA was printing, even though it was showing a 1 on there. And again, every level there is 100 shares. So it doesn't mean that there's only 100 there. It just means that's what's on display. You could be like, I'm going to show you 100, but I have like 1 million back. Yeah. So that's how it works, is for people that don't want to show their size. But in that situation, let's just, okay, bye-bye. Oh, why didn't we pay for those shorts, though?
Yeah, that was beautiful. That's why I asked. I was like, if we start to see it decrementing, do we flip? And it seems like that flip came in real nice, as we're about more than 60 pennies lower. Right now, almost 50, 60. We're getting there. But yeah.
I should have just paid for shorts and then just build the show. Because it would have been showed for better show,
Yeah.
Yeah. playing around.
It wasn't very exciting while the level was there, but you can see how exciting it is once that level
was that
crashed,
expensive.
Right?
So I don't know if any of you guys have shares, but thanks, Obi, for bringing it up. I know Adaro, I think, was talking about the IPO earlier, at least on the midday show. So I want to thank all of that. So because if we're not looking there, then we don't get to see that play. And that's a nice move down.
Oof,
and the funny thing is, I got out at 90. So it broke, but then those dark pools couldn't catch up. There was lots of time to punch that short. Lots of time.
Lots.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Those are kind words there on the chat, and I'm glad that we're able to show that to you. That is for sure. All right. Well, while that was happening,
You don't see that every day.
Meanwhile,
Would you look at that?
Yeah. Would you take a? Would you take a look at that?
Right there. I mean, that definitely did something. I was going to say.
That stock did something.
That definitely did something.
All right. So what would it cost to pay for shorts? Yeah, that's what it was. It was 11 cents per share. So it doesn't actually look that bad now that it goes down 30 cents. But I would have punched 22.90 there, right? And then I wasn't sure about the slippage or anything like that. This is all hindsight. So I need to get out at least at 22.79. I need to make at least 11 cents plus the gateway fees and plus all that. So I probably need to make about 12 or 13 cents on the trade. And it would have been easy to make that. Yep. But you know, that's fine. I didn't do it because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about the break. And then sometimes you'll get a break and then either a reload.
Yeah.
Like that's what I didn't want to do was I pay the $100, then I punch it, then it reloads, and then it goes. So I lost on my first idea long, which was right, because it didn't even break. Then I think it's breaking and I punch short. Yeah. So anyways, fun times ahead on that. So, all right, Tesla's going, Qs are going, NVIDIA's going. I don't plan on getting rid of any of these shares, so let's go over to a new position. What about Palantir, says Alex. And right now, man, I mean, I'm not super excited with everything that Adair's talking about with LMT and whatnot, which is Lockheed Martin, of course. If these stocks are reacting negatively and it's, you know, they're basically in the same business right now when we're going to talk about, obviously one makes weapons, but when you're going to talk about security and national defense. So, you know, if this is reacting on LMT, then I could see Palantir eventually playing catch up and maybe heading to the downside as well. But lots still to come, and let's go over to Adair and find out.
Yeah, I think Intel has news.
Names, sorry about that. Keep an eye on CHIPS names. I'm seeing some reports circulate. Apparently the White House is looking to renegotiate the CHIPS Act awards with apparently some CHIPS Act payments set to be delayed. So what names could be impacted by that? Intel could be impacted by that. TSM is another name that benefited from the CHIPS Act. We also have Micron, MU. So keep an eye on some of these CHIPS Act names. Seeing reports apparently that there's CHIPS Act awards are likely to be renegotiated and some of these payments are likely to be delayed. It's interesting too, we get this after earlier this week we had JD Vance really emphasizing the importance of American AI work. Now, apparently, these payments for that are going to be delayed here. So certainly an interesting story. But again, not confirmed. This is just a report I'm seeing, guys. Back to you.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything that's happening also on the side of possible tariff talk again, as she's talking about chips right now, but Tesla just bumped up about $1.50 right there. So this is that same position as I see my guy Sharif getting locked and loaded as we get ready to go for the market recap show. But we are still in that same trade that we had took during the midday there on Tesla. Let's see if it wants to continue to work. Now up $5 on that one. So we're being patient, man. We told you we are a changed trader. Well, not really. All right, so here's Intel. Right into VWAP. Wow, what an opportunity that was, Obi. Oh, boy. Right there on that news. But again, thanks to Dara for that. Very tough to catch those, but Sharif did a great job. I think he did one on Apple where the market tanked, and then it was just a buying opportunity. So I think like that's what you want to do. Intel up 9%. Oh, man. I'm long on the swing account at 1980, and we bought that on the day after it wasn't president's, the morning of President Carter there. And it's really made that move. We had said maybe getting some out at 22. I'm glad we didn't. But no, what about now? You're into this level here, 26, 27. That could be something there. That recent high of 27. Basically, you're now getting right back like that little, and we talked about this with Brian Shannon. he was talking about the theory of all gaps get filled is absolutely ridiculous. But this may get filled, and you are right now bumping your head up to that 200 period moving average. All right, I just convinced myself the fact that we're at the 200 period moving average, Obi, at the end of the day, and Neil and I have sort of a policy here that we don't get in and out of any of our swing trades or anything like that until we are off air. So we'll see what Intel does. Tonight's earnings report, we have them all. There's AMAT. I'm going to go over this in a second after I throw to you. I just want to put it out on Twitter. Adara's all over this as well. We'll join me, Adara, and Sharif in the recap show. We'll go over everything, but it's AMAT, PayW, Roku, Airbnb, Twilio, Coin, Draftkings, all coming tonight. None really too much affected to Intel. I mean, I'm looking at AMAT, fine, maybe. But again, this is a Build American name here, and with the CHIPS Act potentially getting delayed, we'll see what that does for Intel shares. But for right now, up 9% and looking pretty good. So
yeah, no, I mean, I was trying to fade it this earlier on. Got a little chopped up here, but yeah, been kind of trading sideways and holding above that VWAP. Yeah, we got that volume coming in off of that catalyst. Again, but it's just holding within its range. We saw earlier as well, while the market kind of sold off aggressively, Intel held its own. It pretty much consolidated sideways, not really doing anything too crazy, and now we've been kind of slowly kind of grinding up higher. Again, something to note is what this ticker looks like on the weekly. So let's go down, let's go up to the weekly and take a look at what it's been doing over the past couple of months. We kind of take a look at this. Right here, Sean, would you look at that? 18 halves. This is what I was talking about. This is very clearly, since last August, since August 5th, this is very clearly an area of demand. Every time it's come down into here, even aggressively off of the selling that happened on this ticker in mid to late July, we kind of find a support here, and every time we've gone down here, we've caught a little bit of a bid. Now, this is what I was talking about with the boys in the back. A couple of weeks ago, where it was coming down to this 1850, and I was like, that's what it came down to off of earnings, and I was like, oh boy, are we going to get a chance to take inventory finally through this 18.5 level? And nope, it did not. It showed us once again that this area might be a little bit of an area of demand as it pushes low, as it pushes and holds this 18 and change level. And yeah, today we get that failure to follow through and that rip up over the past couple of days there. Yesterday we broke that 2236 mark. We made 2240 highs in the pre-market. We're getting that continuation on the day today, and absolutely wild here. I'm curious to know, can we get up to 25s? Today's high of day is 2483, so we almost got there, but still holding consolidation above VWAP. That looks good for tomorrow as well, as back-to-back green days on expanding volume. This is the daily chart, and the past 4 days, we've been just holding and expanding on that volume and holding higher and higher. Yeah, what that thing went for a bit of a trip, eh?
Man, that 11 cents.
Yeah. Oh boy.
No, it was sale. Was 11 cents to pay for shorts. That's it. That's it, Ramin. Honestly.
It wasn't that bad.
Get her, Katina, man.
Get her? I don't know. She's laughing. Is she laughing at this?
Oh, boy.
I mean, at least we called the... Okay, bullshit. Anyways, okay. All right, so she's saying she thought I was short. Yeah, as if. Okay, but anyways, look at that.
Wild.
Okay, take a look at that.
Would you look at that?
I mean, this is why we're here, man. I mean, you guys were like, boring. Why are we talking about sale? Boring. That trade has sailed. Like, I saw people in the chat. I thought it was pretty funny, actually. But anyways, yeah, Donald is short. No, I shouldn't say that. Maybe he's not. But anyways, there's that break. That was hilarious. I was like, oh man, it only went down 40 cents. Pretty, but anyway, there it goes. I wonder what pay for shorts are now. Nice bounce off there on sale, but there it goes. I think that's decent risk management. So we will sort of props up to anybody that sort of was watching that, and it was easy to understand, which is why we were talking about it. Wow, Jay Lee. He brought that up to he's like, man, sale looks like it might halt down. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I went over to it and saw that.
It could.
Chill vibes, man. If you're chilling out and you're having some vibes. Wow, Coinbase. So we came back on. It was on the list. I'm like, I really like Coinbase. I mean, Sharif was talking about it at 2 o'clock. Well, since then, it's only up about $6 and looking like it wants to now break 3 bills because, again, Coinbase report in 45 minutes at 4 o'clock. We'll hear all about Coinbase, and then we'll see what happens after that. I mean, but if Robinhood, oh, good. Wow. Boom, 550 right there.
Another one.
Yo, what up, Max? Who's laughing now, Ramin? There's a nice move to the upside there for Tesla as we go long, buy long. Tesla's a good one there. Okay, so we talked about what was going to report or what's reporting after hours. So here it is right here. Let's go. So the big one there's Coinbase right here. Revenue of 159, earning estimate of 236. The implied move, not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 7%, 9% move implied for Coinbase. Coinbase today already up 9%. So if it goes another 9%, oh boy, that is a decent day there for Coinbase. We have AMAT here. I'll put it like this and maybe we can look at the stocks and see what they're doing. So, all right. These aren't in any particular order because I don't think Dexcom is the highest. They're in order of when they're going to be released. So there you go. Dexcom, Draftkings as well, AMAT. So DXCM, we'll have a quick look at them coming out as well. Join us tonight as we'll cover all of these names. Dexcom, I guess you can't really see the daily chart there. $83, a nice little pullback. ROKU, I think, is going to be huge, man. PanW. Wow, Palo Alto tonight as well. Airbnb, Twilio, Coin, and Draftkings. Oh, man. No wonder why we've got Sharif with us, man. This is going to be a doozy. And so get ready for all of us to cover all of these, man. All right, yo. Ask me again about which way I am on Big Bear AI. Am I bullish or bearish?
Yo, Sean.
Yo, Sharif. Obi.
Yo, are you bearish or bullish on BBAI?
We're going to be bullish on Big Bear AI, so let's go. All right.
Let's go.
Could you please disconnect? How do you disconnect only Ramin? Is that possible? I don't mind Fabian. He's nice to me. Fabian is like, bro, you're doing great. Everything is fine. Like, can you please throw to this? Can you do that? Ramin's like, you're not short in your face. Oh, that's not a bull. That's a cow. It's just like, they're the ones making the graphics, and then I'm the one that hitting them.
Technically.
There we go. Hi, Fabian, my guy over there. All right. Who's doing the recap show tonight? Is it Ramin? Oh, perfect. Okay.
All right.
May have a special late edition tonight on the recap show as we definitely go over in great depth and detail all of the earnings, and if we don't get them done on time. All right. So, anyways, here's Big Bear AI. I know we're having great fun. So, all right, we talked about when we wanted this name long. I don't know if it's going to get going right now or not, but to me it was worth it. We never got into the 200 period. It holds it, so that's good. It holds the 50 period. It breaks VWAP. These are the trades that I want to make. So we'll get something out at 990 right there. Where are we long at? Okay, 81s. All right, well, I'd like to get a little more than that. But that's the first area. Second area here, $10. And then we go from there. So let's wait to see what happens with Big Bear AI. I'm going to use the 200 period or so as our out. So let's wait to see and see if this can be a runner here into the close. Look, at least we gave it to you, man. Big Bear AI, we talked about this earlier. Whether or not this works or not, again, up to you. But this was a level. You guys were kind of like busting chops a little bit. Let's trade some Big Bear. So I got into it. I liked it. I traded it earlier. Let's see if we can make it back upside on Big Bear AI. TQs. 260 handles in the money right now off the bottom. But that again is fine. We're just letting them go into the close. Tesla's a big trade today. It's going to be my big one, and we're going to hold that into the close as well. Is there a reason to get out of the futures? I say no. So we're going to continue to hold it. DraftKings a possibility for sure into the close. We could look at that one as well. If there's anybody else out there, wow. Is Meta going, what was Meta, 17 or 18? Do you remember how many days in a row? It was 18 yesterday. Well, guess what? It is just pushing literally right now. It is on a move more. Like that's $9, $10 straight up now for Meta. Unreal movement here on Meta. Meta's up a hunch. It's in 3 weeks. Yeah, the problem is that I don't think they can. Right? What?
It hasn't split once since IPO. Facebook's never split.
No, because it got haircut down there from 500 to 100 by itself. I was thinking, wait a second, it went
itself.
I was gonna say it went from 500 to 100, but that was not on a split.
Oh, wonderful. It's never been split. So
they, in my opinion, they'll wait for the board meeting. So I think it probably would happen next quarter. So we'll wait. I mean, the board can announce it at any time, I guess, but I don't know what the reason for them to split would be at this point. There's obviously a lot of liquidity in the name. You could trade it. METU is a name. Oh, it's not in our system, but that's a name. That's a double or triple levered ETF. They all have them now. There's PLTRU. There's a whole bunch. PLTU, actually, I think it is. There's a whole bunch of them that react that way. So just be careful with all of that. All right.
There's a lot of vehicles.
So by the way,
boom.
As we ride cows in here, Big Bear AI, nicely traded there. So there's a big move for Big Bear AI. We're taking more out there, upside. It's another, there it is. It's another win right there on Big Bear AI. It goes to 93 and 95. So we get some right there at 90s, and then we got some 94s. So not bad there on Big Bear. We talked about having those outs. Now we wait for 10 maybe, and then 10, 12. So those are the next areas of concern for me on Big Bear AI. Let's see if we can get that one moving to the north side. And by getting it moving, we're just buying it. Right there, this could be something. I'm going to start putting stop orders in now. It's 315. So there's the 200 period moving average. That's 135. Fine by me. Our current stop on NASDAQ is way lower, so we just cancel that. So I said 135 flat. We don't always want to get stopped out at the very penny, so we'll just ramp it down a little bit. Those levels there, 134.77, fine by me. That still gives us a $2+ winner, so 134.74. We'll give it down there at the quarters. So there you go, Obi. We've been getting stopped out of a few on purpose as we break back down below, and I think that's the responsible thing to do. It saved us a couple times, and let's just check back on sale, where is no better example of stop order saving us here on SAIL.
Yeah, that was absolutely.
I'm actually going to tweet this out.
I think on the break I got filled 86s, so I slipped. About
oh, you were in that as well.
15 penny roughly, but a bit of a slip on that sale on the way.
Yes, I was pretty
on the long, but great decision making by Sean. You saw it start to decrement, and you got out, right? You were just like, yeah, this is going to break. That's where you got out. And break, it definitely did for sure there. But yeah, no, Apple. I got Apple on watch here. I was gonna say, look at how strong Apple was yesterday. We saw it open near the day low and close at the day high.
Because I don't do it good enough.
And today, pretty much the same story here. Opening, well, we made a different day low, but we opened near the day low there. We didn't get too far away from the opening print. We hold pre-market lows, and we're continuing to tick up into the close here. So for a day two run up on Apple, I'm curious to know, with only about less than 45 minutes, Sean, is Apple going to close?
I'm interested in if Meta closes green. That's going to be really super exciting. But right now we do have to talk about AIFF, actually, Firefly. We've been talking about that stock as a tradable name, but it's an interesting name here with FDA cleared proprietary database of over 77,000 brain images. Firefly is transforming healthcare with AI-driven diagnostics, providing a clear data-backed understanding of brain health. After more than a decade and over $600 million in investment, Firefly is advancing the commercialization of its brain network analytics BNA platform, bringing the technology to clinics and pharmaceutical partners. That's good about what I'm going with. Firefly is enhancing the diagnosis and treatment of conditions such as, here we go. This is part of why we're popping up right now. Depression, dementia, anxiety disorders, concussions, ADHD, while also accelerating drug discovery and early screening for, here's the big one, and we've talked about this with many different companies, Alzheimer's. So we want to give a big shout out to Firefly. Thank you for sponsoring, and thank you for bringing this to the forefront as, all of us have had situations like that in families with dementia, Alzheimer's, and things like that. So it's really something that needs to be worked on. So we thank Firefly, and AIFF has been an absolute rocket ship. So, and partnering recently, I believe in the last couple of days, NVIDIA. So that's what's it, man. All about AI and all about analytics. So Firefly joining that to do better, hopefully for mankind. So thank you to Firefly right there. So which earnings play? Oh, they had a discussion there on the midday I thought was pretty fun too about, and thanks to Joe and Sharif for doing fun things like this, the cell phone thing. I got a discussion with my wife, and it was more about the gas. So she'll drive around with like the thing either at the line or below.
Okay.
Like meaning like there's no gas left.
Right.
So
100% you do.
One thing was she basically parked the car in our driveway a couple weeks back and it didn't have much gas in it. So then the very next morning she started the car up and I was at work and whatever. Light goes on and like new lights come on, basically saying no more gas at all. Before it was like, okay, you have a couple miles left, a couple kilometers. It was like nothing.
Like zero.
Yeah. So she had to walk her to the grocery store instead of driving. Because I had told her many times, never let that run all the way down. So I had to get home, get the jerry can, fill it, because I'm at work. What do you mean before leaving? She's always leaving it. That's it. I'm going to throw some.
I'll cover for you. I'll cover for you.
Ramin's got an answer for everything.
Maybe. No. But anyways, the story was, as we get long on the tooth here, was that I had to get home, fill it up. And now since then, she's sort of now starting to fill it up, you know, when it gets to like maybe like 5 kilometers.
Have you ever ran to zero?
No, and that's the thing. That's like one of the things I'm a little bit nervous about. That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
There was one time I took my dad's truck out to go to Home Depot.
Quite Darwin.
And I was like, okay, well, there's not much gas left, but I was like, the Home Depot is just around the corner. I'm sure I can go there and come back. There's always the reserve. There's always a reserve in the tank as well, right? What I didn't know was he had pretty much driven it all the way to zero.
Right.
And he just left it there because he keeps those the jerry cans in the garage. So
same.
And
but mine wasn't
anyways,
full.
I had to call him from the side of the street. I'm like, the car just stopped working. I'm like, I need some gas.
Yeah.
He came through with the jerry can, but like, no, I usually fill quarter tank. I'll fill her up.
For me, the light has to go on.
Yeah.
You know, letting me know that we're a little light.
It's got to be like, oh, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and then I'm a little frugal too, so it's like I'll kind of look around. I have the gas. I know which gas stations are like a little better priced, and so like right now tonight, like if I know I need gas, I'll take like a certain way home. I don't know, I have 3 kids, like things to pass the time is what I'm trying to do. Yeah. But yeah, so that was fun times there.
People in the chat are asking, what's a jerry can? It's like
yo, what's up, my guy?
What's going on, Fabian? What's up?
How's it going? Is it bad to like drive like a good like 20 kilometers after the light turns on?
I mean, most cars, I get nervous about the reserve because I don't know if there is. It's like the oil reserve here in the United States. Is it actually filled up or not? Like how much is in the reserve?
About
and
10%.
why is there
I
a
heard.
reserve? Like it should
it's in the manual, whatever your car has. I think it's
probably
like 10 liters, 5 liters.
Yeah.
Like a 1 or 2. Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, like, if they just didn't have a reserve and it's just like the minute it was zero, that's it, zero. Then you would learn your lesson, and it might happen once or twice. Now instead, we're like, let's judge the reserve.
I always like test it.
You always like it. So you run out of gas before?
Like sometimes I like start my day and it's like I see the light. I'm like, I can make it home.
Yeah.
I can still make it home. And
so have you ever ran out?
No.
Okay.
I've been lucky enough. Just running on fumes.
All right, running on fumes.
What
about your cell phone?
What about my cell phone?
Oh yeah.
What's that? That was another discussion there.
Yeah.
For me, like my cell phone's always here. Like right now, it's at 100, of course. My phone always pretty much. I get in the car, it goes on the charge. I get in here, it charges. I get home, kind of charges a little bit. What about you?
It'll usually die on me if I just let it go. I don't really care. I'll forget about my phone, like usually. But
where's the responsibility these days?
But right
what
now
if your
it's
mother needs to get a hold of you?
It's okay. She'll call my friends or something.
Your friend's gonna run to work, be like, "Hey, I run to your work."
They'll figure out how to contact me.
Be like, let me see how the show's still on. Fabian still seems to be fun.
Be like, "Mom, get with the times. Message me on Discord."
They'll be in the chat. It'll be like,
send the
pigeons.
pigeons. All right, thank you, Fabian, for the appearance.
I think for me, the phone, I a lot of times more often lately, I've just been like, oh, it's dead now, so I have to recharge. But the thing is, with fast charging, like it'll get back to 100 within like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's why I really don't care. But I like to.
I've got the 12 Pro, and my battery is like degraded. Like it's it just gets degraded.
I mean, I can't speak for iPhones, but I think I heard something about planned obsolescence. But
yeah, exactly. That's why we own the stock, my guy. People are buying.
I told you the only thing I like Apple is their stock.
It's because I don't know if you've ever used their product. Like honestly, it's I was an Android guy as well. I feel like they're
What happened?
basically.
What made you move to the?
My whole
to the
family was
light side?
the whole family was Apple, and honestly, it's actually a. I mean, you're not gonna like it, Obi, but it's a very high quality. It's the number one consumer. I mean, as far as reviews,
Yeah.
it's the number one satisfied, top rated consumer product of all time.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, I know about
You just have
90% of
FOMO.
people
We can
go that way. I just prefer not to. Let's
You
say
go
that.
your own way, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah, you can go your own way. Wow, 302 right now. Oh, what I was going to get to up before was tomorrow, hopefully Neil will be in. But if not,
We'll Gazy Bear, $2 super chat, gas money. Thank you very much
for that. We'll have to send it to, what's it, to
That is
Fabian.
awesome. Yeah.
Right there, yeah. So thank you for Gazy Bear. Yeah, so if Neil's not in tomorrow, which I don't know, potentially I hope he is.
Yeah, I wonder what happens.
Is there
to
an
the
earnings
delivery.
play? Because today you were looking early at Cisco.
let's take
You
a
were
quick
you were
look
looking
at,
at a few other ones. So I'll give you a second. There's Roku,
I'm gonna pull up
DraftKings.
the.
Yeah, go grab the earnings calendar and have a look, and we'll see if there's anything that we can do there. Oh, look who's phoning again. Oh, it's the barber. Oh, hi, barber. I'm not going to answer it right now. That's my guy Halim over there. Remember last time we put him on the air?
Yeah, I remember that.
The thing is, like, he knows. This guy's too much, man. Okay, we'll see what he wants to know. He's a great friend of mine, Halim the barber. So probably seeing what's going on. And I just saw the guy. I don't have much hair. The problem is I'm not the greatest customer. You know, I don't have the, Okay, so now we have it up on OB's screen. So right now, Coinbase making those new highs. Tesla having a problem at 354. So these are some of the trades that we have. Unfortunately, our big bear was big disappointment again. And this time, I'm just going to get over here and change the stop on BBAI. I'm going to use it right here, 970. If we break right there, I'm just not going to, we take the profit. It doesn't go. So if it doesn't go, we got to get out. It's pretty simple. 9 spots, 6-9. We'll get out of everything right there for Big Bear AI. So we'll lose 12 or 13 cents when the most we ever got was 12 or 13 cents. So it makes sense to me right there if that is the case of what happens. So that's that on Big Bear AI. Someone in the chat wanted to know something, and I'll address it in a minute. TQ's getting close. I'm just going to refresh all my stop orders. Basically, heading into the close now, there's no point in me sitting around in any of these names. We're at the highest spot we've been at all day. Most of these names that we've held have done this move, so it's been good. Now we'll change this to 88.25, 88.24 stop order there. So that's in. Big Bear's in. My NVIDIA stop is 134.75. Yep, I'll still stick with that. That's fine. And then my Tesla stop that's in right now is 348. No. So that's different. So we got to change that stop right now so we don't get waxed. All right. So we'll get out of a piece there, breaking through 353. We'll get out of half of what we have left. All right, Obi, I tasked you.
Yes,
and
sir.
what did you come up with?
Yeah. So again, we have the earnings calendar right here. I'm looking at Roku, Draftkings, Coinbase, Airbnb, maybe some AMAT as well. So I don't know. Here's what I usually do, Sean. So I'll come up with a list of tickers that I'm potentially interested in, and then I'll go see what we've been doing coming into the earnings. We've already taken a look at both DraftKings and Coinbase. We kind of see that they're running up into earnings. I'm like, all right, we've been catching a bid. People are buying into the earnings report. So then I want to see what we do on the actual earnings report itself. Do we continue that trend, or do we kind of revert it? What do we do? I have no idea what's going to happen. And then coming in tomorrow, then we're poised for a little bit better of a plan, because we have more information. We have the report and everything to kind of give us a look-see on that. But AMAT, definitely interesting as well here. I'm going to take a look at the hourly. If I were to pick one, Sean, I think I think I'd probably go with a DraftKings, just because of what it's doing, where we're at. So we can take a look at DKNG here. Again, we talk about that $50 level as well, right? That's what was it? Go up to 3 hour right here. Yeah, so that $50 level, that's that prior high. So if we do continue this trend, I'm going to be looking for that 47, for that 50. Do we hold above? Can we give? Can we get a gap to the upside? If not, do we get a gap to the downside, or do we just do nothing? I have no idea. But if it can get above 50 and hold, I like it much better for the continuation tomorrow. And I think if we gap down, if we can get below this 35, 36 prior low on a gap down, I like that as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'll think about the different instances that could potentially happen and how I would want to trade them. Like, how do I want to see it happen, and what would I do? How would I act if I did? But until tomorrow morning, I won't really necessarily have a distinct a choice. I'll have like a basket of names that I'm potentially watching,
Look at them
and
all.
then whatever sets up the best, right? It's always like it's like hunting. It's like, all right, I'm hunting for. I know what I'm hunting for. That's my playbook.
Right.
And then I have a basket of names open and watching and seeing if they do what I'm looking for. So if they start to do what I'm looking for, then I feel very comfortable getting involved and making those my priority for the day. So right now, maybe DraftKings, maybe. It could be
People are
something like
asking what your plan for ARM is. Are you still in that, or?
Yeah, it's holding that 162 area as of right now. So that's the idea, right? I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'm kind of holding against me a little bit here, but as long as we're holding this shelf that we have been over the past couple of hours going into the close, I want to just give it that room and just let it kind of work there for me. If we crack to the lows, that's perfectly fine. I'm more than willing to stop out. Got my stop in there a little bit lower there. But if we hold this shelf and we crack this downtrend that we've been getting since we made the highs at 168s, then maybe we're poised for a little bit of a move going into the close with only about 30 minutes left. So that's what I'm looking for in ARM.
There's actually something I forgot to mention here today. Trader TV Live gives back. We are sponsoring the bar at this event right here, of course, as I hear Brendan in the background. We're fighting student hunger. This is something that means a lot to me because my kids go to a Toronto secondary school, and there it is, TDSB, and what this foundation is to help feed the kids. So it's money that goes towards, there's even kids like in my kids' school that unfortunately come to school hungry, and it's crazy that happens, but it does. And most of you, especially that are in big cities, know about this. The stats are unbelievable right now, but founded in 1998, Trader TV Live gives back today by sponsoring the bar. This is an event that's taking place. It's 20 Michelin chefs will be getting together at Brickworks and providing food for, again, it's a charitable event that we have been, luckily enough to sponsor. Chefs for Change right there. So that's what's happening right there. So Trader TV Live gives back. And I want to thank everybody for all the super chats, for everything that you guys do for us by watching YouTube and just helping us. So we wanted to bring that up because, again, for me, like, I know some kids, my friends, Tesla, $7 in the money right now. We just take a piece out right there. So we hold that for that dream, and the dream is happening. But on a more serious note, this is just what we do here. But yeah, there's kids that my kids are friends with that, they don't have the same nutrition or the same opportunities as many do. So that's a charitable event that's special. And Neil and I both have kids, of course. And Obi, you do not?
Not that I know of.
Right. I said, damn it. You took basically my joke there. That was a good one, though. All right, because you were going to say no, and then I was going to say not that you know, but okay. All right, so good one there, Obi. But yeah, so thank you.
Front run by nature. Sometimes.
Thank you for Chefs for a Change there for giving us that opportunity. So, all right. So that's that. So thank you again for that. As we talk more now about stocks, we're about $11 in the money holding NVIDIA, TQs, and Tesla. And then it's Big Bear is the one that's giving me some issues. But that's now 3 or 4 days in a row that Tesla's really lit the torch for me. And another one there today, up 5 and a bit. And we even bought some in our own account there at 3:30 the other day, which was pretty good. But I did sell some Palantir to buy it. We sold some Palantir at 114. So I feel like it might be a wash for now. But definitely heavier in Palantir than we are in Tesla in the PA right now. So, all right. So you're still in... Excuse me, you're still in those two names, and I'm still in these names. So Adara right now ready to go.
Watch out for Boeing, BA, a little bit of a push down here. We have comments coming through on X, because a posting from Sean Duffy, who is the secretary here for the Department of Transportation. He's been a little critical of Boeing in the past, saying that they need to basically use tough love on the company. That was a phrase he used during his confirmation hearing. Now he's posting that he's requested Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg come to DC ASAP in order to provide full accounting, or basically, I guess, accountability of the steps they're taking. After that, he's actually going to be visiting the Boeing factory himself to firsthand evaluate their safety measures. So we're having Secretary Sean Duffy take a very personal interest here in BA. Be aware of that, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much.
I always think they're tired of hearing me, but
I'm looking at some of these.
they're asking about Bob, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, just looking at some goggles here. Going into the close with only about 25, roughly about 25 minutes left, we're getting a strong bid coming in on Google here. This bid kind of starting in and around that 130 time right there. But yeah, strong spider. Softy's actually pretty strong as well. This is a name that I haven't really looked at today, but yeah, this thing kind of had a strong bid. When was this? This is a 15-minute chart, 10:30. So on the 10:30 candle, this thing bids from 408s all the way to 410s and then pulls back into 408s. But yeah, I was like, oh, all right, well, if we kind of clip that prior day highs, maybe we don't get back up in there. But I was definitely wrong on that one, bidding right back up. That bid coming in and around 1 o'clock once again on Softy for a fresh high. Now kind of a double top just underneath this 411 mark on the 15-minute chart, taking a little bit of a pullback here. So yeah, again, Apple as well looking very bid. I kind of have an idea going on that one, AAPL. As well, bit of a break of trend, but again, in the last 30 minutes, I don't know too much about a reversion. Maybe not the best time to play the reversions, but again, it would seem that things that are catching a strong bid into the close may have the potential to catch a little bit of profit taking going into the close as well. We saw a prime example of Tesla where it was kind of pushed with an intraday catalyst as well yesterday at the end of the day. So again, it already kind of started to kind of slow down a little bit near its prior highs, and then all of a sudden we got that news for a very strong flush, giving us almost a 50% retracement going into the close. But Tesla once again bidding up going into the last half hour here on the day today. 355, Sean. So we did hold that 350 going into today. So maybe we're poised for a little bit higher here as we have attempted, or we have broken this bit of a downtrend here. So just taking a look at this. Okay, I know a lot of lines are going to show up as soon as I draw this. Yeah, so right here. So yeah, you see that? You see them populating? So all of these are from yesterday. Well, these are from yesterday. A lot of these anchors are from prior events and earnings and deliveries and catalysts like that. So some of them mean more to me than others. Some of them I don't really consider. But this is the trend that I'm talking about right here. So I'll make this a little bit wider here. And we can make it, we can just make it a dark red line right there. So you can see right here, this top that we've had from the end of January and pretty much all of February, we were kind of sold off with a nice little downtrend, and then we were attempting to break that trend as of today. Yesterday, you saw us kind of revert prior day's action as well. That Tuesday strong selling, and then a reversion all day yesterday. Again, we got that hot CPI number that took us to the downside, and it took us all day on the futures for us to revert all the way back up to reference prices on that. So Tesla, another interesting ticker here as well, and of course, my favorite. Amazon. So Amazon as well, not really doing too much. Again, I was looking at some of these tickers just trading within their opening range. You can see the action here on Amazon all the way into 1030. We pretty much print a range from 227 halves to 230s, 230 and some change. We pretty much trade within that range for the rest of the day. Sure, you got some nice moves, nice reversions, and then the reversion of the reversion as well. And now we're getting a reversion of the reversion of the reversion. So usually when that happens, you might be in a range. You might be in a range. If you keep on reverting within a set of prices, it's called a range, right, Sean? So I'm like,
Yeah.
Bit of a range here on Amazon.
Tomorrow's lesson, reverting the reversion.
Reversionception. Yeah. I like to revert the reversion, but sometimes I revert myself, which is maybe not the best thing to do. But,
No.
You know.
Our next video that we will be releasing will be something about reverting the reversions.
Advanced trading, reversion of the reversions.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we ended a trade.
Oh boy.
So the TQs is now overweight. There it is, man. Out right there on that break. We talked about trying to be a little bit more responsible. No, of course, we're going to get out of this every time. Breaking the 50 period. It broke there. We got out. It broke here. We got out. Pretty simple. It broke here. We got out. This was probably a little lower. I don't know why I would have picked that level, but yeah, got out there again. Got out on the 50. Got out on the 50. This has been the best way for me to judge really how to hold things. Is to try to punch out at the 50 period moving average. I mean, it worked there because it kind of prevented that move from happening, but at the same time, it was bought up by VWAP and then right back up. So maybe there has to be something about this strategy that has something to do with if the 50 period is very close to VWAP, maybe we don't punch out at that, but when it's a little further away, we do know that there is a chance to OB revert back down into this level. So that would be something there as we get ready for the close. Today's imbalances are brought to you by Real Trading. So they're not out yet, but for right now, we're looking at all these BRKR ones, not the NASDAQ ones. This was just showing you that when we IPO'd there was, look, what a surprise, 2 million shares left over. That's pretty much what was on the bid. So that bid got taken care of, and after that, the rest was history. As sale is I can't wait to show you that in a couple minutes. But yeah, HPQ, so a lot of bids here into the close, right? Remember? So we'll have to watch out for that. We will change this at 3:50. This will all update, and these will all become live. So you're only looking at the ones right now that are of the right time, right? The 3 o'clock. All the NASDAQ and the ARCA ones are not updating real time. So we'll have to double check those. Actually, the ARCA ones are. It's the NASDAQ ones that are not. So that's the imbalance locator hitting at 350. Always very risky to be in position when that does come through. All right, man. I mean, Big Bear's not doing anything. Let's check out a few other names that might be moving around today. Okay, so Big Bear was one that we talked about. Rich Tech Robotics was a name that was talked about earlier on in the day, and what a good call that was by whomever was talking about it during the first show, because, again, we have the best community here, and they're proving it one more time. Like, this was a name that was brought up to our attention, and it was definitely in the first ongoings of the day. So, again, 280, 290. That looks to have been a good dip buy opportunity, obviously, hindsight, but VWAP continues to play. Right, so early on, look for the 200 period. Late, look for VWAP. Nice hold there for Rich Tech Robotics. NNE, I think, was also going off. Nano Nuclear. Wasn't this like a dollar, like not a dollar name, but something like that recently for Nano Nuclear? But yeah, nice up. Sorry, that's the NASDAQ. What am I doing? This is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Crazy, man. A $5, $6, $7 name. If you go back to May, this was $1, but at the end of the day, or sorry, $3. Nice move there for Nano, but now coming back in, it's already been high. Like, you're going to have to watch out for some of these names. Watch SMR, Oklo, things like that coming into $29, $30 here for NNE, actually down on the day right now after a very excited morning, looking to baseline. All right, man, I have news about Big Bear AI. Down again. So, I mean, these trades are virtually identical, Obi, where we took it early, we took a win, then it faded back and we took a loss. Well, there's the win. This time we don't reload, and there's the out. So, tried. I mean, all we can do is put attention to these names, right? I think it was worth it. I think it was worth the move up. Unfortunately, does not hold the bid. That is Nano right there, not giving me the greatest of vibes. Sorry, Big Bear AI. Yeah, NNE has earnings tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that up. That was a good point there. SPY almost at all-time highs. That is for sure. And Intel's fading. So, yeah, a couple people looking at some of those names. Intel was a big name today for us, as Obi was covering it all morning. Yeah, nice fall down there.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to watch out for NVIDIA, because our stop out on NVIDIA is 134.74. So we're getting close to that. That'll be a VWAP take if we break that. We were looking at the 200 period. You're just kind of dancing there. We're lucky enough not to get wicked out there. That was pretty close. Let's give NVIDIA a little bit of breathing room with 8 minutes left. Micron was a good stock today, says Rohit. Hey, Rohit, how's it going? Rohit's been here many times. All right, let's see why Rohit liked Micron today. Was it easy and clean? Yeah, I mean, straight to the upside. There's very similar to that Tesla sort of drip into the 50 period, then the move blast higher. Yeah, Micron works today. I wanted to look at, okay, so yeah, look at this on the daily. That's getting close, man. 97 or so break on Micron. So got killed on earnings there, but look where we fell right back into, right? Right back into support, and we actually danced with it the other day, and now back up. Yeah, good call there, Rohit. Micron looking very, very solid. Looking to take out these levels. Let's write down Micron for tomorrow. That's a good little look there right now. Now someone's calling me from Texas. Like, what exactly is going on today? All right, so yeah, Micron looking good for a break at 96.50.
Yeah. So got to talk about eSignal. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to an elite trading experience. Analyze, strategize, capitalize, and foresee profitable opportunities with the platform that you need. Infinite data, instant trading. Know where the market is moving before others with lightning fast data. Charts that change the game. Customize and analyze markets faster your way. Better backtesting and scanning. Predict the future by understanding the past. Reliable real-time data, up to the second market information from hundreds of global markets. Everything that you need all in one place. Don't miss a beat. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading? Scan the QR code or check the link in the description. That's eSignal. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as well, right? We know how many likes do we have on the show? That's what I was just about to check right now on the afternoon show. So Ramin's informing us that we got about 6,000 people watching right now. So let me just take a look at what you guys
over
are up
6,100.
567 likes.
It's Daryl from Dallas. I should have picked it up.
So would you take a look at that, guys? 569. Nice. 569 likes right now, but you got to pump those numbers up. 6,000 people. You got to get a 50%. You got to get at least a 50% return.
At least.
You know what I mean? At least. Come on. Get 2 to 1.
We are hearing.
But yeah. All right. So bang. Market's taking a little bit of or Apple's taking a little bit of a pullback here, and ARM trading back at 164s as of right now. So going to keep an eye on that one there. That was an aggressive bit of a bid. Right back up. Apple's been working out decently here. Again, we talk about a bit of a break in trend, and I think my futures froze in and around 12:30 because this is still stuck on the 12:30 timestamp, and I'm like, oh boy, I think I gotta redo these. I gotta close these and refresh the windows. But I got my other windows here from which I am observing these markets. Okay, we got a few more likes here. We got 816, so we doubled up. We got to pump those numbers up a little bit more, guys. We only got less than 15 minutes, and we've been here all day trading in and out of tickers, and giving you all of the information and education and experience that we're going through at the same time.
We have a big vote here too. I mean, what is the vote in our chat right now doing right now?
2,000 votes.
2,800 votes.
Oh,
but
come
I think
on. You gotta get at least that many likes.
Unbelievable. Oh, Donald Pump. Yeah, I think that's what you have to. That's funny. Donald Pump. So I think it's been, I mean, if we're just talking about the market, I mean, you know, so far that has been great. So, oops, I hit dismiss instead of close, but there we go. Okay, so yeah, just a little bit of a talk there. Out of the TQs, we talked about that. Out of SMCI there as well. Still holding on to Tesla into the close. We have 3 minutes until those imbalances. Big Bear came out on that break, and again, I never do these things properly. It's right back to where I am right now on Big Bear AI. We could look at. Okay, Coca-Cola and PepsiCo talking about DEI policy with Trump. So there you go. More talk there. We had Deere today, John Deere. I think that almost got back to Greensville, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, it didn't. Or maybe it did up here at 474. John Deere today, not a great report, but really, really a nice level, man. I mean, it's been all the way up here as opposed to Caterpillar that's like below the 200 period moving average. So going to have to do a little bit more research to figure out exactly why John Deere and Caterpillar are kind of going the opposite ways right now, because this is what Caterpillar looks like downside, and I want to buy some of this for sure as we're back in here into 350. So just to try to get a little diversified against large tech positions. This name again getting hit a little bit on tariffs and a little bit on China worries, but you've seen FXI and whatnot. They've sort of gone to the upside as China So China's really battling back. The story behind China, of course, is going to be AI and DeepSeek and the fact that they're able to do some of these things cheaper than the deal that we've had with Alibaba and Apple, just to share the technology to make sure that they're able to participate in China. Look at FXI on the daily. It's just been an absolute monster straight to the upside. Today kind of sleeping, but nice move there. I did hear some news about Rivian. It doesn't look like it's moving, but there was some sort of an acceptance of a new model, not new model car, but something there about Rivian in my ear, but not moving. So I just wanted to bring that in case anybody was asking. Ibit looks like it wants to head back to the upside, does it? I thought we were looking down here and this was 95. We're now at 96. So Ibit trying to go again. It's still down on the day, but that's kind of strange to me. The NASDAQ's up, yet Bitcoin is down. So that's not a relationship that we're really used to. So potentially Ibit does find a base here and get back to the north side. That would be my call for Ibit. I think this is a good long here, especially with Coinbase coming at the end of the day. Bitcoin's not going to move based on what Coinbase says, but if Coinbase gives a little bit of a positive outlook there and talks about good crypto trading and good volumes and them staying strong, then potentially that could, give some more, confidence to traders that are trading Bitcoin and crypto. So yeah, we'll wait for that report to come out. I'm excited for Coinbase. In less than 30 seconds, we get the imbalances.
Yes, sir. So this 164 is coming back here on ARM, and I'm kind of just watching there, maybe piecing out a little bit here as we print a little bit higher. But here come the imbalances in about 20 seconds or so. Yeah, I got out of that Apple as well. I was like, all right, well, we're not really breaking the trend to say, but if we're gonna hold on the bid, I definitely want to kind of step away, and you can see that we're holding trend going into the close as well. So here come these imbalances, Sean, in about 2 seconds.
And now, all right, so NVIDIA looks like it is going to be a sell side. I mean, there goes NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA's losing itself right now, kind of like M&M. All right, Apple, lose yourself. I don't know, a little bit of a lame. Yeah. Where is it in on here? I don't know, but there's the drip down. We are now out. We'll wait to see what's going on with Tesla. Tesla's also a sell, so a move down for Tesla. We don't want this to get too nasty. So let me just zoom in here for Tesla. I'll keep these up so you guys can see. Let's just get out right here. 354 break. We're going to be out on Tesla, so I got to change that stop right now. 353.99 out of 100% of Tesla. If that goes down, Amazon going down to the downside as well. Looks like right now. Okay, not really. SMCI catches a bid, but not moving. Their sale catches a sell. Anything else? Cisco with a bid. Cisco had earnings today. Definitely worth a look. Up 2% right there. Intel. You can take a look at that. So Intel does make the move down the rest of the day, it seems like, Obi, especially in the afternoon, just making that bottom right here. These go right back to open levels again of 2350, 2380. We'll see. It looks like it holds that 24 level before getting into 2375, which has been that bottom right there for Intel. So we'll see if we can support that there tomorrow. But no major earnings names on the locator, so not much for me to look at. CVS has had a nice little rebound.
I don't see anything too crazy.
As well. CDE, what is that? This could be an index name or a buyout. But it looks like Intel the most interest here into the close.
Yeah, so Apple kind of dropping and ARM is bidding up here into 164s here, so I kind of have an eye on that. Excuse me. I do have kind of offers laid out if it'll have me, but slowly just holding that 164. We kind of talked about that 162 hold. Not only was this a bit of a level hold there on ARM, it was also a bit of a hold of this consolidation on VWAP, right? You can see multiple times over and over again, the first pullback held this quite distinctly, and it happened to work. I got a little lucky. I was like, all right, if we're going to consolidate at the lows after a strong catalyst, and the ticker, we know that is a little bit of interest, and the float is slightly cornered. We heard Sharif talking about how only the 10% of the total shares actually trade in the open market. ARM definitely an interesting ticker here, pulling back up into 164 halves. Maybe not necessarily on those imbalances, but a little bit of a push there nonetheless here on ARM. So I don't know if we're going to get to 165s just yet, But like I said, yeah, okay, so I am posted out right there. So out of most of everything as of right now, with only about a few minutes left to go, guys. So hopefully you guys have had some time on that. Yeah, Dinkelberg. Yeah, you know what? You got to trade your trade, Dinkelberg. That's what it is. You know, people always have a lot to say. At the end of the day, if I like something, I'm willing to put my risk on it, and I'm willing to put some money on the line. And that's, if it doesn't work, it's perfectly fine, right? I don't know what's going to happen. There's always probabilities to things, and I'm trying to form a way to think and a way to live where everything I see is somewhat probabilistic. So if I'm like, if this is doing that, if we're doing this, what's the probability of this, that, and the other? Versus other things. So yeah, you can see now that I did have a pretty bad average from before, but I did like this hold, and I added in significantly here, and to give it back up just to the test of anchored VWAP. Again, shout out to Brian Shannon, anchored from the event itself. So I'm like, how? So the question I was asking, if we hold this as a shelf, as we hold more and more, what's the probability of us reverting back to the anchored just for a little bit of a balancing act, if you want to call it, of price action. So got a little lucky. It did what I was looking for, and thankful for that. So going into the close, only about 6 minutes left, guys. So throw up in the chat what tickers you guys have traded. I know there's a lot of opportunity in this market. There's so much on the table, guys, and it's days like these where systems will get tested and your processes will get tested. That's what I'm realizing, and you got to just stick with the plan. And the biggest issues I'm having as of recent is just not following the system, not following the plan, and maybe dealing with a little bit of tilt when I feel like I might be underperforming in a market like this. Here comes 165s, guys, absolutely wild here on ARM. So we are getting a little bit of a push into the close, Sean.
$8.
Boom.
Yeah, $8 right now for Tesla. I was just waiting at 357.50. It just got to 357 basically flat, and then now it's dropping right back in. Wow, that was crazy. Oh man, can't believe we almost got that. How sick would that have been if I'm showing that we got filled up there? We did not. Right now. Okay, I'm just going to go to 356, man. This is a wild close here for Tesla. So we'll go up to 356 and just push offer, enter now. You know what? Let's go to 350. Let's go to 356.50. All right, let's test fade here. See if we can get basically that high again on Tesla, just to see. Have a little bit of fun. You only live once or twice or three times, or if you're a cat, maybe more than that. But we'll wait to see if we can get that good trading there today. Look, man, I mean, I'm excited for Coinbase. Join us immediately. The one that's going to come out first, Sharif's already ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll out there. We are expecting DXCM first, amat right at 4 o'clock, PanW at 4:05, and of course, that's Palo Alto Networks. Wow, down to 202. What happened to PanW recently? No, that 202 is fine. Okay, that's fine. So PanW got, pardon? Yeah, I thought they split there, didn't they? Okay, yeah, so that's PanW there. So yeah, very close. Yeah, it was the wrong chart. Our chart is like a mess, but there it is right there on eSignal. That's looking great, man. We talked about how much we like CrowdStrike as well. So Palo Alto, well juiced up right there off of a great, look at this 200 period buy right there on Palo Alto, 174. Jeez, man, on such like a primed name too, eh? Like Palo Alto's a great name. All right, well, hey, there it is. So, all right, the leader in security, Palo Alto. So that's going to be a big one. Then Roku comes. We used to have a joke about who owns a Roku, but a lot of people do, I guess, because this name has been performing quite well, and we're going to see if that can break through again as well. That's 4:05. U.S. officials meeting with Russia on Friday, says Trump. Also, Ukraine invited. Okay, so that should be good. And again, look, pushing the agenda, which is what needs to be done. Let's get this resolved so we can get back to a reasonable world again, hopefully. I don't know if that's ever possible. Twilio, 4:05. Oh, man, are we excited about Twilio. Talk about a big network name. Talk about a big, hopefully, AI play, technology play. Twilio, huge move up recently. Let's see if it can hold that. I mean, wow, you want to talk about earnings excitement there. Twilio looking for 10% move. Last move, 14. Twilio. Boom. This was on Operation Stargate. Is that the right word?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it is?
That was the name of the project, yeah.
Project Stargate.
But
Anyway, this is old news. This is now 3 weeks ago, but there goes Twilio to the upside. We really like that name. And then after that, man, Draftkings and Coinbase are the last two. So DKNG, we sort of, oops, that's a NASDAQ name. We sort of talked a little bit about that, Obi, today on the show about how it's really performed quite well. Draftkings going higher and higher and higher here into the close. Going to go out near the high of the day, 47 and change there as we look to take it out. Okay, here we go, Tesla. So we talked about getting greedy. I'm at 356.35 on, that's NVIDIA, on Tesla. So that's higher than right here. The only time we've been above where we're trying to get out is on that last little bump. So let's go. A minute and a half left. Apparently Tesla just registered these names. Robust and Robobus have now been registered trademarks or names. So R-O-Bus, so robust, and then Robobus right there, hinting at their transit vision is what I'm seeing here on Benzinga.
it'll be a very robust transit, maybe? Okay. No? Crickets? All right.
Oh, you got a boom there. I'm out.
Only got a minute left.
I thought it was all right. All right, there it is,
waiting for
man.
this to print 165s in this last minute. If it doesn't print 165s, I'm done.
Good trade there, man. All right, less than 1 minute to go. All right, Obi, thank you for filling in. I hope.
Thank you very much.
Well, I hope Neil's back tomorrow, but if not, I hope you're able to fill in as well tomorrow. So thank you to Obi. I'm going to go back. Yeah, do you have the countdown on yours?
I think I do, yes.
All right, well, please locate it. All right, 30 seconds left. I'm going to go to the desk. We'll see everybody in a couple minutes. Thank you, everybody. And Obi, take it over.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So, yeah, no, 165s, I guess, does give us a little bit of a knock on the door of 165s. ARM does into the close. But, yeah, I think I was sitting on that position for a little bit longer than I'd liked. I was getting a little numb, let's say. But yeah, no, 165s does print into the close. And thank you for joining us. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Dara. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the day today. Neil will hopefully be back tomorrow. But yeah, no, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys have had a great trading day. Whether or not you're red or green on the day, the question really is, did you follow your processes? Did you follow your system? And are you green on that? Because at the end of the day, that is what will make the difference in the long term. As again, I'm just learning here as most people are. And just on the beginnings of my journey, let's say that. But hopefully, I'll see you guys around very, very soon. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the long weekend. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, and I think they are ready for us at the desk, so don't go anywhere. We got Sean, Adara, and Sharif with the market recap. We got some earnings on the board. Take it easy, guys.
Hey everybody, this is the market recap. You now know that you are in great hands because we've got our best friend here. It is Sharif is in the building. Thank you for joining us as we go. We love Sharif giving the news in the morning. We're going to start dropping some news right now as well. As the earnings are starting to come out, Dexcom is going to be the first one out. What a great day though today, man. We're in a great mood. NASDAQ, S&P 500 closing near all-time highs. Someone said the S&P did tick all-time highs. Come over to my board right here. You know it's a crazy day. Sharif, look at this. There's nothing green, nothing red.
No.
Everything green today, man. I'll find a red sector for you. I'm sure there is one. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Glad to have Sharif on right now. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is going to be a monster earnings day. And you're seeing the right spot right now because as they drop, we got it in our ear with Benzinga. Adara's going through the numbers. Sharif's going through the numbers as well. Thank you to Obi for a big show. Now let's get going immediately. We had some great earnings yesterday, obviously. Some back and forth. All right, here we go. AMAT is now out.
Yep.
So AMAT does that little dip down to 180 right there. Looks like it's a beat right now on the top side, but we're going to wait for that number. AMAT right now down to 179, going lower right now on AMAT. DXCM is also out right now.
Yep.
Wynn Resorts is out. Get those casinos ready. Dexcom is down right now, so that's a bad report for them. It looks like we're going through all the numbers. Wynn Casino says Macau, what's up? Nice move to the upside right now for Wynn so far. So far the two that have come out that have been meaningful. AMAT to the downside. Looks like 180 right now. ROKU, I'm hearing in my ear, is out. There goes ROKU. Bang. We made, I don't know, nice move up there for ROKU right now. On the daily, ROKU now breaking out, filling that gap. Nice move for ROKU. If we extend this out, you're going to see now up here, ROKU. Nice move there. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about AMAT, Sean.
All right.
We got that one out. Here's what we got. We got revenue of $7.7 billion. We were looking for 7.17. We were looking for 7.14. So that's a beat. GAAP gross margins, don't really care about that. GAAP EPS $1.45, Sean. Expected earnings $2.29. So interesting there. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. It's zigging, it's zagging. It's up a little bit, down a little bit. We also got Dexcom, Sean.
Yep.
So we're going to close that one so we can have a look at Dexcom. So the anticipated earnings for Dexcom were $1.1 billion in revenue and 50 cents per share. Let's have a look at what we did. We got 1.14 in revenue. Where's that EPS at? It always makes me look for the EPS. Can't find the EPS. We'll have to get back to you on that. We'll look at the Dexcom over here on the chart. We're selling off aggressively, Sean, on Dexcom. It's now down 2%. Trying to bounce off that 82. It did wick into 80. Likewise with AMAT, dropped a bit to 179. Now we're back to 173. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. Do you have ROKU up there?
Yeah, I got it. So far, Win right now, that's another one. Win up 8%. ROKU there going as well, up to 95. A nice number there. Posted. Win gets 240. Wow, Win is monster. I don't know what's up with Win. I don't know if these are accurate numbers or not, but Win posting up right now. Win Resorts and Casinos, 2.42, so $2.42, beating, listen to this number, 122. 242 versus 122. Revenues of 184 versus 717. Airbnb is out. Oh my, what kind of a show and what kind of a day is this? Wow. Airbnb upside, I can't even keep track. So that's a nice move upside. Roku's going, Win is going. AMAT is going the other way right now. What else you guys want to talk about? Where's Pan? We don't even have Pan W yet. They're going up to the upside as well, not out yet. So far, so good as we sort of dissect, I guess, all of these. Oh, here's a red indicator. FXI was red today, it looks like right now. So we wait for Draftkings.
Okay, so let's talk right here about Airbnb, Sean. Aggressive move up off that 141 close. We went all the way up to 159. Let's have a look at and see if we can find the earnings A, B, and B on Airbnb. Earnings still waiting for Benzinga to populate. I'll look at my other platform over there. Here we go. And Airbnb announces fourth quarter results. So how'd they do? Well, what we were expecting, 58 cents per share for earnings, revenue at 2.42. Well, let's see how over here how they did. Why do they always make me look for? Okay, so I can't see it there. We'll have a look.
Twilio.
At this 7. Oh, here we go. 2.42, Sean, meeting the street's expectations on earnings of can't have it. Yeah, again, can't really see it here. What do you got?
Get it sorted out, yeah, because right now we have some crazy movement. This is the problem when we do it live. We're doing it live as we get all these results coming in. And again, it's just me and Sharif going back and forth here as Adara sits there and helps us out as well. Look at Twilio. Twilio getting crushed right now into the gates of hell. This is a big one. I like the company, but it's a miss. $1 versus 104. We haven't seen that for a minute. But they do beat in sales right there. Pan W. Anil loves Pan W. What is Pan W doing? Up and down, flat. You like the Pan W quarter there?
This is my second largest position.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in this name. I'm in this name as well.
I know you are.
Do you have the numbers? Because right now,
I do hear they are shut.
Right now, it's not doing much. A little red for you there, but not much. Not much.
It moved up a little bit there into that 210, but you know how Pan W is. It's absolute disaster. So second, all right.
Come on, man. You like the stock.
Yeah, well, it's a high.
We wait for
stock,
Coinbase.
So you have to deal with that all the time. All right, here we go. Let's have a look at how Pan W did.
Coinbase.
Fiscal second quarter revenue, 14% year-over-year growth to that $2.3 billion look, Sean. The street wanted 2.42, so that's a beat. How did we do on Next Gen Security ARR, average revenue per 37% up to 4.8 billion. Remaining performance obligations 21% year over year up to 13 billion. How's that EPS look? We were looking for EPS here. It depends on who you were looking for. I got 78 cents. Adara had here $1.55 for EPS, so can't really find that quite yet. We'll have to keep an eye down the chart. This one awfully volatile. There it goes, Sean, dropping down 191. So it looks like the street not digesting that all that well.
It was that big clap. The clap was loud.
The clap was loud,
scared
yeah.
it.
I think that's what had happened.
No, it'll be back. We'll figure it all out. Right now, Coinbase, though, they had a nice move up to 310 right there for Coin. So that name again, Coin, what we're seeing right now, sales of 227 beating 183. So monster sales there for Coinbase. That looks good. I don't have any other numbers other than the sale number right there. So it looks like revenue right now, 227 versus 183 for Coinbase. It is a beat. Twilio continues to push right there. Downside to 122, now up to 133 for Twilio. ROKU, numbers still coming in. This could be the winner of the day right there. Look what Roku's doing, $99 all the way back here, back to last February, right? So there's that gap completely filled all the way back here. Right now, Roku, big time movement to the upside right now. Over 6,000 of you are watching. Hey. So we say, bang to that. Thank you so much for watching. All right, we're using right now, this is Trade Ideas software. Sharif might use Trade Ideas.
Yeah, I'm using
No, we're using it all
here,
up here right now. So Coinbase, the expected move for Coinbase, a little bit of a disappointment here because we were looking at 9% on Coinbase. Coinbase flat right now on the day, on the move. So Coinbase up, down, flat right now for Coinbase. Check back in on PanW. Oh no.
No, it's selling off aggressively.
Yeah, I hate talking like this because I know that you're excited about
fine,
it. But
bro. That's the way it works.
Maybe we buy more. Maybe we buy more.
Airbnb is rocketing up, Sean. We're up 14.5%. There goes 160. What a beat for Airbnb here. We were worried about this one, Sean. A lot of cities looking at putting the kibosh in Airbnb, but we got Expedia a couple of days ago or a week ago, and it beat handily. So another continuation play there. What a move for Airbnb. I was worried about this one. Sales beat easily, Sean. $2.5 billion in revenue. The street was looking for 2.42, so a blowout quarter there. We'll have to see a dive deep a little bit into this one. This is a 12.71% increase, Sean, over that 2.2 billion they printed this time last year, so a beat handily there.
So this might be a good one. Great eyes on that, Sharif, because Airbnb's expected move right now,
Coin.
Everything all right over there, was 8%. So right now you're getting a move of 15%. Looking good right now for Airbnb. Coinbase trying to go. Right now. There it is. Coinbase reversing sharply down. We got the question about Robinhood and what we would think about Robinhood into this move. But there's Coinbase right now pulling back down in. Is Robinhood having a pullback? No. So Coinbase right now to the downside. All right, Adair's been working hard on some graphics. It's all about Pan, Snow, Crowd, Cybersecurity. Let's go talk to Adara.
Hi guys, this one's brand new. It literally has not even been released on X yet, just finished it up. But this shows here the pretty steady revenue growth here of cybersecurity names, of course, in honor of PanW's report tonight. And one thing I want to say is PanW actually has usurped Fortinet when it comes to revenue, even though Fortinet IPO'd a couple of years earlier. One other thing I find really interesting here is that Fortinet, CrowdStrike, and Palo Alto were all added to the NASDAQ 100 within months of each other in 2021. So great look. CrowdStrike, of course, had a pretty eventful 2024, but it was also added to S&P 500 in 2024. I'm likely to do a separate graphic on them ahead of their earnings. But regardless, really interesting journey here for these four semiconductor majors that would be Palo Alto Networks, Fortinet, CrowdStrike, and Snowflake. Again, you will be able to find that graphic on X tomorrow. It's brand new at TTV Research. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara, for that one, man. Don't call it a comeback, but right now Coinbase goes down to 282 and now bouncing back up to 294. So we're just sifting through, man. They released a full year letter as well.
This is a beat handily, Sean.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought sales were better. I don't know if EPS is better.
Sean, they were expecting $1.6 billion in revenue. These guys printed $2.27 billion. That is an easy beat right there. Now are we spiking up? What's going on?
And I'm seeing the gap EPS number right now, 468. What? So right here on Benzinga, look what this is saying here for Coinbase. They're saying 468 versus 181 may not be comparable. If it is comparable, then that is through the roof. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens with Coinbase right now as we sift through. Interesting name to watch out for now, Coinbase. Nice downside move there for sure. Now battling back. ROKU seems to be a good one, man. ROKU actually guided Q1 revenue over $1 billion for Q1. So that looks like that's going to be a beat on the expected guide right there as well. So a nice move up there. I don't even know what to review anymore. I think some of the biggest ones that we're interested in are Pan W. So that makes the move down right now, down about 3% for Pan. Not really worth anything, Sharif. You're only back to where you were 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So 192 for Pan W. So we're fine with that one. I hold that.
Still waiting on Draftkings, Sean.
Yep.
That's supposed to come out 4:15,
right?
So we're still waiting. I think we're like 3 minutes away from that.
So CrowdStrike. Interesting right now. CrowdStrike up here as well. All-time highs. Getting hit a little bit in the after hours, but not much. CrowdStrike down 3%. If Pan W picks up, look for CrowdStrike to get going as well. The other play that we had was AMAT. What was that wound up doing? Okay, so yeah, a little choppy now down here at the bottom, 178. What does that look like on the daily right now?
Wow, selling off
kind of flat on the daily as well. So Applied Materials not really down anything considering it was up nicely today. So giving back a little bit there for Pan W. But yeah, man, everyone's really interested, it looks like, on Coinbase, and for good reason, as this is a name that's going to be heavily traded.
Oh, yeah.
There's inverted Coin L or whatever as the ETF as well, Con L. Look at that, it goes green.
It's ridiculous. I mean, this is a easy beat here, Sean.
Yep.
A handy beat. Like, let's talk about what we were expecting for EPS, because I have the EPS numbers on the side here. 236, we printed 4 something in EPS. Revenue 1.59, depending on who you're looking at. Some people say 1.83. I have 1.59. Really depends on the analyst. 2.27 is what they printed. I'm not sure why we're not up more. Maybe because we're already up 10% on the day. Breaking through that 300. We'll have to see what the call has an effect on this. Obviously, we'll keep tabs on that, but Coinbase, handy beat there, Sean, as we knock on the door of 100,000 again on Bitcoin. Good look over here. We're still waiting for Draftkings, guys. I think we've got 1 more minute. Coinbase EPS with Adara, I believe, at the green screen.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here at Coinbase's pretty wild journey when it comes to loss or profit per share since its IPO. So this is literally every quarterly report that Coinbase has ever given us, of course, excluding the one we just bought. So you look at here, we actually had profitability in their first year of trading and their first year of reporting. Then Q2, or for 2022, things get really grim. They actually lost $11.40 per share for the fiscal year. Then things get a little bit flat into 2023, and of course, 2024, we start experiencing more growth again. So tons of fluctuation here. Not a lot of basing out for Coinbase when it comes to its profit or loss per share. And this graphic you can find on X at TTP Research. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Derek. Coinbase now is staying go to the heads upside right now.
Sean, we have, okay, here it is, Donkey Kong, DKNG, all the way up. If you can't see what Sean's doing, he's doing things. $50, Sean, we're about to hit 10%. What a report there for DKNG. Here we go. So we got Q4 revenue of 1.4 billion, a little bit less than 1.4 billion, Sean. It looks like it was a bit of a miss there because the revenue estimate was 1.41 billion. We'll see when the EPS comes out what we got there. The street was looking for around negative 19 cents as they continue to improve profitability. The implied move this time, Sean, we're already past it. Well, it depends on where we close. 9%, 8.4% or so is what the expected move was for DKNG.
There it is, man. Draftkings going to the upside right now. Watch out for $50. Yeah, nice call there. I mean, it's looks like it'll take out right there that high. So there it goes, man. Yeah, that high back into April. I have a feeling like we were a little bit higher than that. Yeah, so we still have a little ways to go before we get to Draftkings, but look at this. Taking out this key level of $50, there it goes. Draftkings right now, $49.41 upside for DK. What do you want to say?
This is a monster beat, Sean.
Yep.
They got EPS of 14 cents. The street was looking for negative 15.
All right.
This is an easy beat as they shore up cost, Sean. And I stand corrected. I was wrong about the revenue. So they printed on revenue 1.393 billion. That is a miss, though. So 1.433. So they missed on revenue, Sean. Shorted up, though, by managing costs.
All right, 52-week high right there for Draftkings. So thanks for that, Sharif, as we go. I'm still interested to see what Coinbase is doing back and forth. We've talked about that a lot. Twilio has been getting hit. A little bit of a bounce back, now only down to 134. Twilio making back about half right there from TWLO. Another good call on that one. Man, there is so much to talk about right now. So that's Twilio, Coinbase. I did want to look to see what Bitcoin was doing on the back of that. It doesn't look like too much load chart. So here's Bitcoin right now.
96.3.
Yeah, 96.3, 96.4. So Bitcoin just kind of hovering around right now, just chilling out. I mean, I still like that 94 bottom. We'll see if that comes into play again there right now. So we didn't really expect Coinbase to have much of a reaction with the price of Bitcoin. I mean, you know, one's an exchange, one is the actual thing. So we'll wait to see what else happens right there.
All right, I got the data for
Roku. Yeah,
Palo Alto here, Sean.
Okay.
So here, let's talk about this. Now, we're talking about full year, 9.14 to 9.19 of revenue, seeing an adjusted earnings per share, Sean, of 318 to 324. That's interesting there. I didn't have the full year numbers. I had the quarterly numbers for Q1, so we'll keep tabs on that. The numbers are coming out little by little here for Pandub. I definitely want to get a little bit more information about this platformization strategy, which is supposed to shift the company away from a single product into a platform, obviously, which encompasses multiple products. We'll have to wait for the call for that, Sean.
We talked all day today about how positive it was, and we talked about the FXI being one of the only red sectors today, as we heard from President Trump pretty much all day about aluminum, steel. We heard some stuff about China. We heard some stuff about Ukraine and Russia. Hopefully that's coming to an end, we'd hope for. But look what the market said, man. The market was like, forget about hope. We're doing this thing. All green today. I mean, we talked about red sectors. I'm not even seeing utilities maybe a little to the downside today, as Duke Energy and NEE get to the downside, but we've already seen such huge run-ups in some of these names that it's all good. Caterpillar was a little down. We had Deere a little down, but other than that, man, Google, Microsoft, Apple, the big ones holding fort today. Amazon as well. My guy Berkshire there, nice move as well today. Up. You don't get Berkshire moving 2% too often. That's a good day there. Walmart and Costco holding fort as the retail side still continues to be strong. And oh yeah, it's Tesla time. Tesla today up 6%, and Tesla today. Hey, it's Mom Spaghetti. What's up, Rigetti? 2 and a bit percent today. But Tesla today was an absolute monster. I just wanted to see where it was. You know what? I think I'm actually still in some of these shares right now for Tesla. That's okay. All right, 'cause I put an offer up here. It doesn't look like it got filled. All right, but Tesla today, early dip buy opportunities right there off the open, pretty choppy. We believed in it. We bought VWAP upside. Then it came back in on the midday. We bought it again upside. Will Tesla continue to hold? I mean, who knows? It's been a good couple days for Tesla. Nice dip buys off there at 330. We've seen NVIDIA with a dip buy move as well on DeepSeek. And now we see Adara at the green screen.
ROKU's flying.
Here's actually a preview. This is another one we haven't even posted on X yet here for TTV Research. This is next week's earnings and economic data calendar. Now, in case you missed it, Monday, the market's actually closed. We got a speech from one Fed speaker, but it's going to be pretty early in the morning. But then Tuesday, we start getting some economic data, a little bit less interesting in the economic data side, but earnings here, China on watch with Alibaba and Baidu both reporting during the week. We get Walmart earnings. We're also going to get Rivian. We're going to get Block, now trading under the ticker XYZ, and we're going to be getting some Solar Edge. So couple interesting earnings to watch out for next week, guys, and this graphic will soon be available on X at TTV Research. Back to you.
Sean, Roku is skyrocketing here after that close near that $80 area. We just broke 100. We're up 18.2%, Sean, on the back of an easy revenue beat here. Wow, 1.005. Well, it was in line. But what was really good was the EPS. They were looking for a negative EPS, Sean, of 44 pennies. They only printed 24 pennies. So still not profitable, but definitely almost half of what the street was looking for in terms of a loss.
Yeah, Coinbase looks like it's going to, Roku looks like it's going to break that $100 mark right now. So what a great level there for Roku. Again, Sharif just nailed it right there. on this $100 mark right there, taking that level out right now. Coinbase going positive, so that's going to be a positive story. Someone said in the chat, are we looking for anything else from Coinbase? I think the numbers are out already. Sharif's reviewed them. We talked about it with Adara as well. We can go over them again. But right now, Coinbase, not super volatile there after the report. So there it is right there. It made some moves early, but now we're just kind of hovering around as we, I guess, sift through or wait for the call for them. Draftkings had a nice move, broke through 50, now hovering around $49. We'll see if that can give back a little bit right now. I want you guys all to give back. 5,100 of you watching, 1.1K likes. Let's get those likes going. If you're watching it, bump those just a little bit right here. Only 8 minutes left. How time flies when you're here having fun. We haven't really even done anything other than earnings. We talked a little bit about what was moving around today and what some of those sectors were that were pretty hot, man. I mean, today, a sector that we don't talk about too much there, materials, that's been a good one. That led the way today, up 1.74%. We actually have this other little sector screener right here that will give us the names that we're moving. So today in materials, and we booked this out, FCX, DD, PPG as well, on this Newmont in there. So as we get going, a couple names today holding for it, including FCX, as you can see right now. Nice move, trying to get that backside. Is that Molson Coors' tap? Yeah, tap.
It is, yeah.
They're up 10% with beer now, making that move to the upside. We say, oh, Canada for that one, as that makes a move to the upside, although I guess Coors would be American.
Yeah. It's mixed now.
Molson Canadian right there. But that's what we've been dealing with here today. TAN with a nice move, XLP with a nice move. Gold today, man. We talked about maybe gold getting a piece of everyone's portfolio. Sharif, we talked about that at the 50 period. I don't know. I don't own any gold. I'm not sure. Do you own any gold?
I own nothing, man. I don't own any gold, but you know my friend Alfred.
I just got this filling right here.
I love it.
Yeah, Alfred likes gold.
Alfred loves gold. His old man, he inherited some gold from his old man. He's got a little bit left on. You know, he deployed most of that in Tesla, but he's always keeping an eye on gold.
Does he like it as an investment, or it's just more of
it's just an inflation hedge for him.
Okay.
Sean, here's the Coinbase revenues for everybody who's joining us late. Here's what we got on Coinbase. A bit of a mixed one here. We got earnings per share of $4.68, which may not be comparable to the $1.81 that the street was looking for, but we handily beat, Sean, revenue, $2.27 billion in revenue, handily beating that 1.83 expected by the street. That's a 138% increase year over year off that $53 million print this time last year. It's not moving a whole lot right now, but it's still up 10 1/5. Good look for Coinbase, Sean. I wonder how this one trades tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely are liking what's going on there with Coinbase today. Yeah, good report. Obviously a huge move up from Robinhood, right? So we had seen Coinbase here just on the daily chart, just to have a quick look. It already, it had that move down. Nice day there. Covered up today with Robinhood, now trying to break just a little bit higher. What's up, Adara?
In case you missed it, late in the day, we actually had a post coming from Sean Duffy, who is the head of the Department of Transportation in the Trump administration, saying that he really wants to personally meet with Boeing, including its CEO, Kelly Ortberg, and then eventually go to its factory to make sure they're doing things all right and they're committed to their turnaround. So with that in mind, I wanted to reintroduce this graphic. I posted this on X a while ago. You can find it on X at TTV Research. But this is really a look at the percentage change from that point, which is January 30th, 2025. From when we got these CEOs leaving their companies, eventually being replaced, Boeing actually down about 11% at that point, though I think it's had a bit of a turnaround. But Kelly Ortberg, we'll have to see what he does for this company. What's interesting, too, that I found while making this graphic is with the exception of Starbucks and Peloton, all of these companies are actually down from when the CEOs were ousted. So pretty interesting stuff there. Make sure to check this out on X at TTV Research. And I'm sure a Boeing-specific graphic is going to be in the works soon. This is Kelly Ortberg, the man that everyone jokes I'm in love with. Back to you.
I mean, has it ever been denied?
There's a great sport. A round of applause. She handled that like an absolute pro. A great look at Adara. You didn't even flinch, Adara. She's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
She's like, I already have the poster in my room, so it's all good there.
You're a pro, Adara.
But yeah, great job, Adara. Great report there. We often talk about that, especially with a name like Intel, where we wait for that new CEO to see. But you know what, man? Intel says no CEO, no problem. They might be better run without a CEO. Look at this move right there to the upside, right up to the 200 period. I really like this name. I'm actually in it sub 20, and I got into it. Again, yeah, it seems like it was okay. And all we did did was really just go back into, find some key levels, right? I mean, this was just holding there. Our out was always going to be there. Wow, what a day on that sale. I wanted to talk, did you didn't see that, did you?
I did not.
Okay,
You
so
guys
look,
kept
check out this
talking
trade
about
on my
that,
screen right now. It was absolutely insane. Okay, so it's going to be a little hard to see. Let me just blow this up right there. Maybe now you can see it. So this was the IPO price. There was 2 million shares sitting here on the level 2. I went long. The minute it broke, Sharif, it fell all the way to the downside, and I didn't want to pay for shorts because it was at 11 cents per share.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately, that wasn't even that expensive when it fell down $2. But a new IPO today, sale point, not great, all the way to the downside. The funny thing is like, you're going to read probably on other stations that like this name was probably up 50%. Like, I don't know what its price was, but you could see today, if you went long on this, you would have been down. Like, I don't know where they roadshow this thing at, maybe $12 or $13. Some of the insiders were in at, but don't be fooled, man. This sale point was down today. So nice little move there, but what a trade that was. We showed it on the level 2. It was absolutely.
You brought up Intel, Sean, which is a great look today. It's been very strong lately in the last few days, and we haven't really understood why. Today, we got the headline, Ram, that Taiwan Semi apparently could be the lifeline Intel needs. Is being floated, Sean, that the U.S. government wants Intel and TSM to create a joint venture to help Intel get to that next level, to create that 2-nanometer chip, the 3-nanometer chip. And, you know, Sean, I don't want to throw any conspiracy theories out there, but we've been watching this stock move up and up and up every day for the last few days, and we didn't have an inkling as to why. I wonder who knew.
Wasn't there also a rumor that, or was it Oracle? There was someone that was interested in taking Intel.
I think Qualcomm.
Qualcomm. It was Qualcomm.
Yeah,
it was not Oracle.
Being floated,
it was Qualcomm. But we knew that. So that story was pre-market, right? So or
TSM?
With Intel.
With Intel and TSM, yeah.
Yeah. So there's the move there. So you can see it. So that's something interesting to note, right? Like there it goes right there on the watch list today. News about Intel kept going. But again, like if you wait for some of those tops, this is what we're trying to do on the show, is show great opportunities. And honestly, intraday right here for Intel, I know Obi was looking at it, but that was a great opportunity right into there at $25. We'll wait to see what happens tomorrow. Not only does it look great on this 3-minute chart, but look what this looks like on the daily at 25. I mean, it's right there. Like, oh boy, I don't know what else to say about that right now. All right, with only 2 minutes left, we were joking that we would stay a little bit longer because Ramin, she's been giving, especially me and you, very much a hard time. But it seems we definitely know who her favorites are. That is for sure. Shout out to Neil and most likely Joe, I guess. But look what Coinbase is doing right now.
There it is.
I mean, it's going. It's at its highest spot right here.
Makes sense. I mean, it was a good report, right? I mean, and Draftkings, too, is continuing to go above 50.
If you're not, like, Sharif brought that up to everyone's attention. He's like, I'm not understanding here. We had a better than expected report. I mean, this back and forth here is killing me here. It's going back and forth. I don't know. I'm seeing all these red lights, this camera, that camera. But anyways, there it is, man. Stay with us. We talked about it. Coinbase right now, 307 and starting to go higher. All right, a quick little blitz, and then we're out of here, all right? So then we're going to do some roll call, and we'll figure it out. All right, AMAT, let's figure out what that was doing today. AMAT, downside push. Looks like that's going to be a miss. AMAT today, downside, down 2.62%. So that's not great. The next one that we got was PanW. Palo Alto, down. Back and forth, back to where it was 3 days ago. Nothing to worry about there about PanW. Most of these names are not actually beating their expected move. PanW only down 2% right now. Implied move 8% on Palo Alto. But a name that people are happy about, it's ROKU, and its implied move was 14%. Up now 16, and I'm not even sure how much of that was, actually it's up less than that, I feel like, because we were up already on the day. Unfortunately, Trade Ideas doesn't give us the after hours move. It probably does, I'll have to set that up. ROKU with a big move upside. Airbnb also with a nice move. We saw Expedia, thanks for bringing that up the other day. We've seen Uber going, travel names start to work. Carnival Cruise Lines, some of these names, some of the airlines are at highs, so it makes sense right now. Airbnb high. Sometimes it's like the easy stuff that just makes sense, right? Like we already knew that cruise lines and jets were all up, right? Twilio, great comeback for Twilio. So again, not a great number. They missed on their earnings per share, but you can see sales at the end of the day. Twilio downside there, but coming back. Coin, the big one. I think this is the one that we'll be trading tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Wow, 310 right now.
There you go. There you go.
We like that one. We like that one. And then Draftkings up $50. wish it was up $50, up to $50 right now, up that 10% implied move of only 8. So what caught your attention?
Today?
Yeah.
Well, obviously Airbnb rocketing through that level. But Sean, I want to leave everybody with the time of the call. If you're invested in these names, if you're looking at trading them tomorrow, maybe it behooves you to get in on the call. Applied Materials already starting. Palo Alto Network starting right now. We're 1 minute deep. Likewise with Airbnb, that starts at 4:30. Coinbase, Sean, 5:30. Their Dexcom, we already started that one as well. Draftkings, you're going to have to wait for tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. to get that one. And then Twilio, if you're involved, that has to be at 5 o'clock. Likewise, Sean, with ROKU, that one starts at 5 as well. So, yeah, if you're invested in these names, make sure you are listening and taking notes and get ready.
All right, so over 4,000 of us watching right now. We will wrap this up. There's that bell. We got to get out of here. Look, this is something that we started a long time ago. Sharif and I are the OGs of this.
Hey.
So let's bring it back right now. It's the roll call.
You're the OG. I kind of took it, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I can't say I'm the OG. I mean, okay, fine. I'm the OG. Fine. I'm the OG. All right. So right here, we got to say what's up to Charlie Taff. What's up to Jedi? Bears versus Bulls. Thank you so much all the time. Volcan is here again. Yo, what's up, my good friend Nightbot? Stop banning people. All right. What's up to DXP? What's up to Glenn Smith? Ariston here. Mike Davis. Officially unburdened. I wish.
Love that.
That would be all of us. I wish we were all unburdened right now, Sharif. But anybody catching your eye here?
My man Zion Lala.
Yeah.
How could it be a day without White, Nubian King? Not sure how that works, but everything's fine. We got Stevenson, ATN, and James Dell. Sean, how about Bam Trade and TS Booger? Don't know if I would shake his hand though.
People waving.
Safe. John Birch Music, Christian Ramos, Sean, and a Bright Awakening waving right back at you, baby.
Hey, whenever I see somebody say best show, they're going to get called out. What's up, Raul? Best show. Love you guys. Let's get it. They're loving it right now. Trader TV Live. Every day. Every day. Just up. We just keep on upping the game. We want to thank everybody for joining us today as well. Thank you to Bears vs. Bulls for everything that you do. Thank you to my guy, Obi, for filling in for Neil. Looks like he'll be back tomorrow as well. Thank you to Ramin, of course, on the ones and twos. Fabian's out of here. Big cameo from Fabian today. I think I already thanked Adara, but thank you for all that work that she puts on with those graphics. I mean, me and you, potatoes, pommes frites, fries. I wasn't even done thanking everybody. I didn't even get a chance to thank you. So thank you to Sharif as well and Brendan
Sean,
for everything and for all the work.
People are saying GameStop is flying right now. I just want to leave.
We ain't going any. We're not. No, we're not leaving then.
Yeah.
No, Ramin. Okay. Yes.
GameStop.
There goes GameStop. GameStop is going to the upside right now. Ramin, stop hitting that. No, we're just playing around. Here. GameStop considering investing in Bitcoin. So there it is, man.
Baby.
It is GameStop leveling up. Yo, GameStop, what's going on with you? Roaring Kitty getting involved. This is Bitcoin Mania. It is GameStop. We're dropping that to you live. Ramin wanted us out of here, but Sharif and I say no. No, thank you. We stay later for you. It's GameStop right now, popping $30. Should be an exciting one tomorrow. That's Sharif. I'm Sean. Catch us tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.